We should be live. All right. Welcome, everyone.
No, wait, hang. So we are live now?
I think we
Hey,
are.
hi.
So let me introduce the host for tonight. So my name is Andrey Terekhov. Hi, everyone. And I'm handing over to Kevin to introduce himself. Kevin? Kevin, you there? I think I lost
Yeah,
you.
I'm having some difficulties with the audio. Yeah,
I can hear you now.
can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yes, all good.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. No? I think you're losing the audio. I can. Your mic is working.
Yeah, now it's working. Right.
Okay.
Now I can hear you.
Fantastic. All right.
Okay, let me
So
let me let
let's.
me let me just share the link to the WhatsApp group so that we can have a few more viewers before we start.
Sounds like fun. Yeah. Go ahead.
Give me a second. So I know that yesterday the WhatsApp group kind of went crazy. Um,
Yes, it was. Like I was on that group for 3 hours nonstop, and there was always the questions like, "Are we winning? How many points? What's the score?" and so on and so forth. So, and I think like one of the reasons why I decided to do that today because I thought that would be more efficient if we, instead of just typing on the WhatsApp, we could talk and we could look at the boards and all look at the same position and stuff like that. So, and yeah, it's a national day today. So what better way of celebrating that? And it's a holiday. It's Sunday, so it's all good.
yeah. I mean the fact that I'm here now, I think it's a clear indication that I'm not playing in round 7 against New Zealand. So I thought I might as well come and I'm probably going to be looking at the games anyways. So why not just give some live commentary? So to all the viewers, to everybody who was on the WhatsApp group yesterday, thank you for following the games.
Fantastic. Lovely. And I think you know what would be the best way to start is actually just to revisit some of the games that were played yesterday. I think I have a few games already opened, and I wanted to start with your game that was completely crazy, and I couldn't figure out for the life of me what was going on. So maybe if you can walk us through what was going on and like maybe some of the key variations that were going through your head as you were playing in your match with Albania.
Yeah, I mean, obviously against Albania, Albania was the leader at the time of the group, and the strategy against the team was for the team was to really try to win the match because I felt that it was essential um, to not just qualify but also to qualify by topping the group because I think it helps to boost the morale of the team that we could actually beat a really decent team like Albania. They have two strong IMs on the men's
Mm-hmm.
section and also their women's players have been doing well as well. So yeah, I thought that this was a really important match for us. It's really essential that we don't lose the match, but I really
Right.
wanted to win.
Right.
So uh, scrolling through the first few moves, I mean, I went Joko piano. Recently, I've been playing the Scotch, but I thought it would be a good idea just to deviate a little bit, and I think it worked because he kind of spent a bit of time. He
Right.
was surprised by move 3. So all this is kind of theory after d3, bishop c5, castles a6, a4, h6, rook e1,
Okay.
d6, d3, bishop a7, knight bd2. So this is kind of the critical juncture, and black typically goes on move 9, short castles, and then we
I
have a
think
variety of plans. Yeah.
I think that there is
Uh,
also some ideas with knight g4, f5 eventually, right?
yeah, I think in this case it's not that dangerous at the moment because
Okay.
black has not castled. Typically, you go knight g4 when black has castled, and you can go king h8 and f5. But
Uh-huh.
in this move order, the king is still not castled yet, so I was not so afraid of
So what about g5? Is it
knight g5.
standard? Is it new? It's
Yeah, it was very surprising because I actually had exactly the same game against Grandmaster Marcin of China in 20. I think it was 2018. I had a game. Uh, it's actually kind of a sideline. It's quite dangerous if you have no idea what to do against it. So after G5, I went at F1, and actually, after going through the game with Marcin, I spoke with a rather strong Russian GM, and Anton Demchenko, and he was saying that B4 on move 10 was better, but I did not check this line carefully, so I thought I would just repeat what I played against Marcin.
Mm-hmm.
So I went at F1. So all this has been played already in my game. Knight 3 D2 H5, Knight D3 H4, Knight D F1, Rook G8 B4. So this is a critical juncture.
So until this point, you're still following one of your older games. Wow.
Yes, yeah. And
Okay.
I was really quite confident, and I think I was also quite significantly ahead of the clock. So that was this was a pretty decent start. My opponent played bishop e6, and queen b3 was the first new move, and it was a novelty based on my research, and it was a bad move. It was quite important to play bishop takes e6 actually.
Okay.
Followed by b5.
So you're saying queen b3 is not a great move?
Yeah, queen b3, queen d7, and black is doing fine. He actually has quite a dangerous initiative on the king side.
Yeah.
But obviously in rapid it's not that straightforward, and I was even at this juncture I was not that concerned. And moving on, a5, yeah, g3 was good, because I think in rapid you have to be a bit more practical. You try to play for the initiative. Hg3, knight h5, gh4, knight f4, and here, yeah, firstly, my immediate thought was to play king h2. So
on
that
move
there's
19,
no knight.
right? Hey, by the way,
on move 19, yeah.
On after knight h5, I remember like checking after the game with the computer, and I think instead of gh, it was suggesting even like queen d1.
Yeah, queen d1 and white was better, because now I could play g4. Yeah, it was a miss by me. It was quite difficult to see actually.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on, you just went queen b3, so like, why would you want to go back? It's kind of hard. Okay.
Yeah, but definitely to be able to play g4 is a dream come true. Like, you close up the g file and there's no more attack.
Right.
Yeah, gh4 was rapid move. You just play by hand. Yeah, knight f4 and move 19 and king h. Yeah, I was saying that I wanted to play king h2, which would have been a disaster. Something because like of bishop c4.
Okay.
No, you go bishop c4 and rook h3.
And rook g2.
Yeah, sorry, rook g2 and queen h3, and the game is over.
Exactly. Okay, so let me just.
That would have been
that would be a very short game then. Yes. Okay, that's.
It would be an utter disaster, So.
Yeah. Okay, so you play g3 instead.
I went g3, and here, I immediately saw that black could go bishop c4.
Okay.
Queen c4.
Yes.
And queen h3.
That also looks unpleasant.
And honestly, I was having a meltdown. I was like, I could not see a defense. There's no real immediate threats, but white is utterly paralyzed on the king side. Like, I could not do anything. If he just goes castles,
another rook on g and something like that, right?
Yeah, like whatever, there's always bishop takes e3 followed by rook takes g3 stuff.
So black is always guaranteed at least a draw. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, but actually after bishop c4, d4 would have been better. And after queen h3, white could go queen to d1 followed by queen f3, and the game goes on. But but this is still very, very unclear, and I think black would have gotten quite decent chances.
And at least black can take on h4. At least like black is only, let's say, one pawn down, and there is still
just
pressure.
One pawn and a lot of compensation for the pawn.
Yeah.
So I mean, knight takes d3, I was quite happy to see, obviously. And after d1, knight f4, I quickly went bishop e6, so there's no longer any queen h3 stuff.
Okay.
Like first order of the day. And after fe, queen a2, queen f7.
Okay.
And here I was already quite confident that after b5, my position would have been quite good. Excuse me.
So at least you're getting an attack. There is no longer safe haven for black king on after long castling. So it at least goes
Yeah,
both ways. Okay.
yeah. And actually on move 22 after rook a2, I was kind of afraid of queen h7.
Yeah. By the way, I think that was also like I was looking at that. At least looks like a double attack, right? Like e4, h4.
Yeah, I was really afraid of this actually. But I thought, okay, I'll just figure it out. Whatever
I think
happens.
queen. Yeah, I remember seeing that move. I already forgot that. But basically, queen f7 just does not attack anything immediately. I mean, he probably was looking
Yeah,
at f2.
there's keeping an eye on potential knight h3 stuff, but it was never going to work.
Right.
And yeah, after queen f7, b5, I already felt really optimistic about the position. And it was later on after the game that I saw that apparently knight takes a5 um, is very
Instead
strong
of
here.
ab.
Yeah, knight takes a5, a
Is
really
that?
amazing move.
Wait a second.
Yeah,
Oh. So you're taking an a5 and then queen h3. Sorry, knight h3.
knight h3. Yeah,
And is it
and
a mate?
and I don't know, but apparently all hell's break loose, and the
Oh, it is
com is
you can
saying
take
zero
with
zero.
the. Okay, at least maybe you don't take with a queen, but you take with let's say with a knight and then an e4. Wow. Okay,
Yeah,
I wouldn't have seen it.
the position wouldn't. Yeah, 95 is just an amazing move, and after 95, queen a4 is apparently the only move to keep the
Wow.
position. So
Okay.
yeah, but nobody is going to find this move. I mean, if he has seen it, I would have reported him to the arbiter. So
I see. I see.
and
Okay,
after
so
after a b5,
you take, and I think
queen d5.
king d7 was not a great move, right? Like I remember by that moment I was already seeing knight c4 myself, and like I was
Yeah.
thinking it should
So
be really strong.
the only the important thing is that after knight c4, which makes the most sense. The bishop f2, you have king f2.
Yeah, that was
That's the most
also like
important.
yes. Oops, sorry, that was me typing something. Yeah, like I was looking at that as well, but I think there is just no mate there, right? Like so, you take with the queen, sorry, with the king, and
And you give check, and my king just goes wherever. King
there is
e1 probably.
nothing. Yeah, like okay,
Yeah,
so
because so in this line, actually, whenever in the Italian, when the f file is open, rook a2 and b4 is kind of like a strong maneuver to defend the second rank. So this
right,
is very important. The rook on a2 just covers everything.
right,
Yeah.
right. Okay, fantastic.
So yeah,
And to
and
play
yeah, there's
something
no
else, I still think like you have to take on f2 and just hope for something because otherwise you're just kind of going down, right? So he
yeah,
played
that's right.
king h5 and
Queen h5. Yeah,
rook
then rook
d6.
d6 was a nice. I mean, obviously, I saw that I could play bishop takes f4 at any moment, and the e pawn was
Yeah,
pinned.
yeah,
And then I saw that okay, after rook d6, I could do a few things. I could take on c6 later.
yeah,
Or
and like the most important thing he cannot take straight away because you take on b7 and then like everything falls like you can take.
I think basically I take everything. So
Yeah,
yeah, then the rest of the game is quite straightforward, and
right.
yeah, a really decent start to the match because the game was over quite quickly,
Yes,
and yeah, it felt good to be on the scoreboard because I actually lost my first round, my first game against Ireland.
right.
So
It must have been
like
really pleasant.
I mean, on the personal front, I really felt extremely relieved that yeah that I got and in such an important match as well. So
Great. No, congratulations. And it was really like a sparkling game, like all sorts of hell breaking loose on the board. And actually, you know what? The most amazing thing is like, because I was watching that live and like from the position of a spectator, almost every game was like that in that match. So I remember like looking at Hazel's Liu game, and that was like a very sharp Benoni, and like I couldn't quite figure out like who's better off for what reason. And like at the end of the day, it's just like it's really like was down to seconds and who's having like a better kind of the reaction, right? And was really close call. Or like another game by Li Chingaon, that was going really from the very beginning in the very sharp variation of neither Sicilian attacks, but it all was hanging on like one or two only moves and like for several moves in a row. So it was really, really tense match, and thank goodness that it all worked out in the end for Team Singapore.
Yeah, I mean, when I was following the games, I felt that Jing Yao's position was not entirely clear. I felt that maybe he was a little bit worse, but I thought
Hanging pawns, right?
I thought he probably could hold that one.
I thought it was
And
actually
yeah,
okay for black. No, because like he's in the center, white is like pawn on a3. No, I think like I
yeah,
wasn't worried about that game.
I saw a pass pawn on d5, but I mean I knew that probably Jing Yao would have no problems, but winning the game, of course, is
yeah, the opponent
quite,
blundered something, right? Like
yeah,
he
so
took a piece, and then like the opponent decided to attack the queen and missed like a rejoinder. So yeah, that was good. I don't think he was at risk though. So that
yeah.
was also good. I see that there is the pairings are out for the next match. So maybe we should just quickly see. So we're playing New Zealand, right? And,
So round 7.
And I'm seeing that we are. So I think like on paper we're the stronger team, right? And also like by the scoring.
Yeah, I mean looking at the pairings, New Zealand seems to have I think they have fielded their entire reserve team actually.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
Like in terms of ratings, I think it's close only on the first, second, and the fifth board. I think is kind of, but you don't know like what are their real ratings because.
No, I'm familiar with Anthony Kerr because I think when I was growing up, I already know of him. He's a multi-national champion of New Zealand. That was when I was growing up, like 12, 13.
Okay.
So obviously he hasn't been very active recently, and I was kind of surprised to see him being in the lineup.
He's more like my age.
Maybe I'm not sure, but definitely he was a prominent player back then. So
okay,
something like an Ian Rogers, a New Zealand Ian Rogers.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So, and I'm not so familiar with the rest of the players, but yeah, it looks like we have a good game.
Let's see if we can get some of these. Let me start by kind of setting up the boards for some of them, so that as we will be tracking them throughout that, right? So let's.
Yeah, I mean currently, as I understand, we are leading the group by half a point of games point. So over Albania, and Albania has a really important match against Ireland, which is in 5th, and I think Ireland needs to win to have any chance of qualifying. So I think that's going to be an interesting match. But obviously, we're not going to cover those matches. Yeah, we're not interested. We'll just look at Singapore.
yeah. No, I think for today we are purely Singapore through and through. I think it's probably not showing up yet, right? So like actually let me just check on the different link from.
No, it's probably going to start anytime now. In a minute or two.
Yeah, no, it's still showing us around 6. So maybe we still have time to maybe look at like one more game from yesterday. And this one was also like that critical match against Albania. That was the game by Chingo.
Chingan?
Yeah.
Which one do you want?
Yes, Chan Yun from the game with Albania. And that was also the one where I was really struggling like to figure out what's going on, and it felt like it was going the evaluation was going like really all the way by Gong Chinyaun. Apologies for my pronunciation. I know it's horrible. She was playing against Giergi Razana on the 3rd board, and that was like a Scotch that I think started really well, but that was not. At some point of time, like I felt like it was really black was starting to get better, right? So like I'm showing that game right now. It's so like it's a Scotch with a bishop c5 and bishop b6. So it's like one of the older variations, I would say. That's the one
Yeah.
I like to play
I
because
think
I don't know what to do there. Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
this sort of positions can be a little bit tricky with the different move orders and the such. So playing a5 on move 6 and then followed by playing d6 on move
Yes.
7 is in my memory at least is a little bit unusual, but I didn't see anything wrong with what Chen Yi has done. I think bishop e3 is fine.
Yeah,
Takes
bishop
queen
e3.
takes
I
long
think.
castle. Knight e5, and I think this position has to be just good for white. It has to be
Yeah, it
good.
is.
After
I think
f4,
it f4.
I mean,
Knight c4. The only thing I didn't get is like maybe you can just
what
take
is
on
stopping white from
c4.
playing bishop takes c4 and e5
Exactly. Yes, and I don't know
on
why.
move 13?
Yes, that's the variation I was looking at. So like 14 e5, and I'm not sure how. I mean, like probably knight g4 is the only move that needs to be considered.
No,
But
knight g4 just go queen g3 and the position collapses.
but I don't see any other move because like what do you do if you don't take like knight g4,
No,
right? Because otherwise.
it just yeah, it looks like just wins on the spot actually.
Yeah, but that didn't happen, and so she went queen d4, and then okay, like after
Knight
bishop.
d6, e5.
Yeah, e5, knight, bishop b5, c6, and then suddenly black seems to have everything more or less defended. And like on 17th move,
Yeah, I mean, I also don't understand this bishop b5 check, to be honest, on move 15, because c6 is generally a useful move anyway.
yeah,
Um, because unless she was intending something like queen to c5 and maybe the b6 knight would be a bit loose, but it's not working. I think knight f d7, for instance, is good for black.
right.
So because if bishop b5 c6 queen e5 was a planned response, then I don't see how losing a tempo like that helps.
I think actually after queen
yeah.
e5 and queen e7, she could still do some damage. I remember, okay, like that's a computer variation. I checked that with the computer with something like rook h e1. But okay, that's not a move you would ever play in a rapid play.
And f5, yeah.
Yeah,
F5.
like if you take, you just like you can. I think you can even take on b5 first and then f5.
No, but okay, it's actually quite logical. Because the pieces are all lined up in the center.
Right.
Okay, it's probably you probably find this in a standard chess game, but in rapid you don't.
Yeah. And so that's exactly what happened. So she went back with bishop d3, and after take on b3, take on e5. I think black is already slightly better. Like everything a little hanging, e5, f2. So, but then, so she managed to unravel everything, and like a few moves later, it was already equal, and then she completely tricked her opponent with a two mover, one mover. So like a double attack.
Oh right? Wow! Rook g2, rook d5. Wow.
Yeah. So basically, like I'm scrolling through to that moment in the game where basically, okay, like there is a lot of pieces attacked, and
wow.
Yeah, like after rook h1, it seems like I think it should be actually about equal. But okay, black is probably still having this illusion of like she must be winning, and after rook d1, rook g2, like bam, and that was. And you cannot even give a check.
I mean, rook f2 is a perfectly logical move, and
right.
But after rook d1 is actually quite difficult for. I mean, I don't even know whether is it that clear that.
No, I think by this point, like white is at least not worse, right? Like I think actually, by the way, that means that rook f2 is not exactly the best move because I was thinking like rook f5, right, going back with that to defend that.
I mean rook f5 looks very good, and then you just bring the king.
Yeah, do something like that.
Yeah, okay. I mean this is very fortunate for us, but okay, we will take it. And the opponent has 9 minutes at this point, so it was.
Yeah. So there was all in our favor. Okay, so let's see if we can get the moves from looking at the still showing round 6. So I'm not sure if they have started. Let me check.
Yeah, the games have started.
Okay, I see the game by. Okay, so let's go into the board 1 and look at the game by Tingyo. Okay, so I see we are already live. and it's some kind of a mix between like what Scotch and Scotch Gambit, right? I think it is. So it all started like with a d4, e takes d, bishop c4, and I remember I was struggling with that variation when I was preparing like a repertoire for tonight. And let me switch it to our side, so I'm switching to black so that we can see it from our. So knight f6, e5, d5. I actually don't like d5 that much. I prefer knight e4 because my feeling is like after d5, bishop b5, white is just have a simple game, you know, like a very clear plan. Usually people go knight e4, knight d4, bishop d7, blah blah blah. Or like there is also bishop c5 instead of that, but okay, that's not exactly what. So he played knight d7, which I don't know, but okay, that also kind of makes sense. Rook e1, castle, take on c6, knight d4. Aha, so he goes knight b8. I think I've seen it somewhere. So the idea is like he has this c6 defended, and he did not commit the bishop to like a poor square. So knight h5, c5, knight f5, and we are live. This is the position on the board. Okay, he just captured on f5. I think it must be about equal. What do you think? Like that position with the, okay, we don't have two bishops. We have a double pawn, but I think it's about, I don't see like why would should be much better in this position.
No, I like black. I mean, after queen f5.
The only thing, like, what do we play? Like something like knight d7. Oh, sorry, queen d7, maybe.
Well, I mean, I will go knight c6.
Knight c6, yeah, we can.
And if you go e6, I go knight d4, fe, rook f7.
Yeah, white is already kind of underdeveloped. No, like he would not play e6.
Yeah.
He
Because if you don't go e6, maybe let's say you go something like c3.
c3.
Because knight d4 is a.
Yeah, it's unpleasant.
Yeah, but after c3, I go maybe
d4.
Okay, queen d7 played.
Queen d7 play. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So he's playing my move.
Give me a second while I turn off the settings.
Sure.
For some reason, when the chess.com platform, when there's a sound there, the audio just switches off on Zoom. So I don't know.
I see.
Yeah, that's why I may not be responding to some of your. So let me just turn that setting off.
Sure.
Figure it out.
Okay, we already have the request for the next game to watch.
Yeah, this game against John Dunius, I think by Xiang Yi, seems to be very promising for white. After rook f6, knight g5, looks very nice for white. What do you think?
Which one? Sorry. We're still looking at Zheng Yao's game. No, I think like I actually think it's still about equal.
Really?
So, yeah. You're looking at the position after rook takes c6, right?
Wait, which position are we looking at now? I'm looking at the game on board 2.
Oh, sorry. Let me go there. I didn't open it yet. And by the way, we're also being asked to look at the board number 3. We have already requested.
Yeah, everything in due time. Let's go in sequential order.
Yeah.
We haven't covered board 2, so
give me a second. I'll get there in a second.
Yeah, I think like this position is just very unpleasant. Like coming from a French a defense player like myself, this is a dream scenario for white. You go knight h4. At some point you go knight to e4. You go rook a e1, queen to h5. Yeah.
I only now got to that word. Apologies. It takes me a while to load everything. Oh wow. No, that looks very pleasant for white. That looks very pleasant for white. Yeah, like e4 and bishop is a monster. Bishop on d6 is a stupid piece. No, I would like. I don't know. I mean, I would want that with white. Knight h4, knight e4, all sorts of. Yeah, I would probably take knight h4 first. Yeah, I think that must be much better for white. Okay.
Yeah, I can understand GF6 because he wants to go F5 eventually to control the E4 square, but I think yeah, knight H4, rook E1 is just a very easy plan. Yep, looks promising for white there.
Okay. So shall we move to the next board then? See what's
Yep,
happening.
knight E4 played by the way.
Knight e4. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
it's about the
Well.
same. I think we'll go knight H4 the next move anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. 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 Okay. So board 3 now, as we promised.
Yeah, this is a little bit boring.
Yeah, it's very
Um,
symmetric.
yeah, this is a line that I believe was suggested by um, Peter Zidler on his Chess 24 course in the Grunfeld. So this is his solution to the
What would?
anti-Grunfeld stuff when it
Um,
starts with when white goes
yeah.
c4. So
Yep. Yep. I've seen that. Yes. Okay. Yeah. But it's
yeah,
very symmetric.
position is roughly equal, but well, who knows? I mean, there's still many pieces on the board, so anything can happen.
But I think it's actually, I would, again, like everything being equal, I would prefer black here. Like, look at the bishop on e2. I mean, okay, yeah. Um, like there is still a chance that white might just be feeling really kind of uncomfortable about that Ming plays something strange like f3, and then black is definitely better. But okay,
Yeah,
like
I'm guessing white will go queen d2 now actually.
queen d2 or maybe queen b3 is not an option, right? d4 is hanging. Yeah, queen d2, queen b3, something like that.
I mean, even queen b3 is fine because even if you take on e2 and take on d4, white takes everything, takes on d5, and
Yep,
yeah, very very close to equality, I think.
yep, yep, yep.
Mm.
Okay. So yeah, queen d2 played. So there you go. And yeah, so let's see. There is still a lot of chess to be played, and we have at least rating advantage for sure. So I'm sure we have a stronger player. So let's see how it works out. Board 4. Ooh, look at that. What's going on here? It was apparently some version of the Jabava attack or whatever it's called these days, like a queen pawn roam.
Yeah, I think black just played c4, which I think is a mistake because now queen a3 looks really strong.
Right, queen a3, and it's actually, I don't see a defense, so let's check it on the board, like queen
Yeah, you win
a3.
a pawn by force, I think.
Yeah, like basically
Uh,
black has to play, like if you give me time, I take on f8 and I go, so like
Knight d6, yeah?
I'll do this.
Yeah, you go knight d6 at some point. But I think instead of c4, on move 12, instead of c4, I would be quite worried if black goes a6.
On the previous move, you mean, right?
Yeah, if black goes a6, white is
Mm-hmm.
forced to play bishop takes f8, and now black goes knight takes f8, and the queen defends the d6 square, so now the b5 knight has to retreat,
Right.
and then black goes c4, b5, b4. Um, yeah, looks pretty dangerous actually. Uh,
Right.
yeah, I mean, okay, c4, queen a3 played.
Yeah,
I
played, and
think
I
white
think
is
white is just close to winning.
yeah just much better now. Just huge huge advantage. I
Unless
think
we're
at least a
missing
pawn. I think
something. No, I don't think we're
no,
missing.
I I don't think so. I think white wins a pawn by force. Bishop f8 is a devastating threat, and then
So no, you just
also
have
you
to
have
play
queen.
like a6, take then we take on f8 and then g7, right?
And then I see. Okay, bishop g7, then okay.
Yeah,
Bishop
okay.
takes f6, and then you're just an extra pawn up. So
Well, still, it's not the end of the game, but it's at least much better for white, hopefully. So yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right, board number 5. Here we have Qing some version of like Benoni reversed. Right. So what was there? English
Yeah.
opening. That's what we
Knight
had on the
f3,
board.
d5, c4, e6. It's a Rati.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, one of these annoying systems that I don't quite like as well. I don't like to play this against with black,
Right.
because white just keeps a very flexible structure. Puts his pieces on good squares. He doesn't really do anything, but
Right,
yeah,
but
it looks
on the
like
other hand, like it's kind of difficult to expect that you're also like that you're winning immediately, and like it's not really aggressive, if you know what I mean, right? So I'm thinking
yeah,
that
that's right.
it's
I mean, anyway, this position looks fine, at least I think, to in my eyes. Like, firstly, knight d8 was a little bit too deep for me, probably
which one?
intending some knight e6 on move 19 to go knight to d8. It's a little bit deep for me. Okay, I guess you want to go knight e6. Okay, it's probably a decent move. Rook e1, rook e7, queen e2, knight c6, and yeah, I think we'll start to see a fair bit of shuffling going back and forth now.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure. I know what the plan. Like, I don't like the bishop on f6. That's the thing. I mean, okay, you can probably play something like I don't know g6, right? And then bishop
Yeah, I mean,
g7.
how is uh, I want to try to play e4, or if not, also I want to go a5,
A5, you probably should, and
and
just to
after b5
clarify,
I go knight d8, and then I try to play knight to e6 to c5.
but knight
It's going to be a
e6
bit,
is difficult because of the pressure on e5.
yeah. So we start with queen d6, or I take on f3. I go bishop takes f3 and knight e6, and I go to
Yeah, well, if
c5.
you take on f3, then you're kind of, yeah, you're securing the 5 forever, but I'm not sure you can, well, yeah, I guess like it's probably going
So
to
the
peter out to
if
draw.
black wants to, I mean, no, I think black is trying to win here, because after you put the knight on c5, you're actually trying to play e4 at almost every juncture.
No,
So
but the thing, like, let's say, just like, let's kind of roll it forward. Let's say I play all of these b5, a5, rook, queen,
knight d8.
sorry, knight d8. I play another
Yeah.
rook on the e2. Let's say you're taking on f3 for the sake of argument.
No, yeah, no, I think rook c e2 at this point, we can think about e4 already, yeah?
Already? Oh,
Yeah.
d4 is not hanging. You're right. You can. Yeah, you can. You totally can. Is it that? Well, okay. Well, yeah. At least you achieved what you wanted. Yeah, I guess. Rook
And,
e2
sorry, that's queen f5. I mean, what am I saying? Queen f5 just wins the pawn.
after rook e2.
Yeah, queen
Yeah,
f5
you're
just
right.
wins, actually. Yeah.
That's a
Yeah, I
good
missed
point.
it.
Okay, no, okay. Then my proposal is stupid, so I'll probably just say something like knight d2.
Mm-hmm.
But then you will get what you want, meaning like, okay, let's say we're just changing on g2, queen
But you go
g2.
knight e4 though. You go knight e4 and my bishop
Yes,
is
that's my point.
awkward.
So like knight e4 is probably.
So
I'm
maybe
sure.
bishop g2, maybe bishop g2, queen g2, and something like g6, maybe.
Okay, well, I think we're getting really deep into analysis, and I think I can still find some activity for white after, I don't know, like c5
Yeah.
or knight e4 c5 or something like that, or I don't know.
Yeah, not clear.
Maybe
I agree.
a4 like threatening bishop a3, and then like I even take on c5 when you land there with knight. But okay, that's interesting, and there is still plenty of play. And right now, actually, he didn't play a5, but he played the other two moves. By the way, oh look at you, Kevin! You're really a mage here, because white fell exactly into the trap that you found, right? So he played knight d8 and then queen f5, and wow, suddenly white is struggling. Okay, here
Okay,
I think
knight
he wants
d2
to.
played, and what's
Sacrifice
happening?
a pawn. I think he wants to take like, let's say bishop
Okay,
d2 and
but he has no
queen
choice, I
d2,
think.
queen d3, and play knight e4 and say like, hey, I got compensation, but I don't buy it. I don't buy there is compensation. No, I think it's just really bad for white now. Okay, let's see what else. We only have one last. Oh,
Yeah, knight d2.
okay, I just lost
Yeah,
my.
just take the pawn and
Yeah, I think
looks
we.
good. Yeah, should we look at Lauren's game? Because
Yeah,
that game
and
also looks quite
look at
interesting.
that. The only thing he took with on e4 with the bishop, and I'm not sure. Oh, that's okay. It's still a pawn. Okay, the last game, and the last board. Okay. Sorry, I will probably take a little while to open that in a separate, because if I'm opening
Yeah,
that,
I actually sent you a link on
yeah, but
WhatsApp.
I cannot move the pieces on that board. That's the thing, Kevin.
Yeah, you can click the micro there's a micro the magnifying glass somewhere on the screen, so you could actually do a live analysis. So
Okay.
that could make your job easier actually.
Okay, let's
So
see. Let me then find it again. I just closed it actually.
yeah, you can try that one, and then you click live analysis somewhere in the middle of the
One
screen.
moment. Yay! All of them are loading.
So in the
Go
meantime,
on.
let me just check what's going on the other games.
Okay, so at least I have it open, and I can do somewhere here. You're saying live analysis, right? Yeah. Okay, I see it. Live analysis. I think the
So
position is actually
Hazel
about
Hazel has
equal.
Hazel has taken the pawn on a7, so that's clean pawn up.
Where?
Hazel took the pawn on a7, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at board 6 now. Um, I can actually look at that very quickly. Okay, yeah. So she. Oh wow, actually, I didn't see that. I didn't realize that black could. It's actually probably a better version than what I had in mind for black.
Yeah. But maybe let's take a look at Lauren's games, because
Yeah, sure.
yeah,
I have
feels a
it
little
open.
bit, yeah, probably hmm, maybe a little bit better for white, yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. Uh,
Okay, so white has to not blunder knight c3, basically. Okay, rook b3 played. Um, yeah, the knight is tricky. So what white should do here is to go bishop b4 and then to e1. I think this is what the Russians would do. Yeah.
the Russian is still struggling with the technologies. My apologies, everyone. I realized I was showing the wrong tab.
So
Yeah,
you need to click on the
no, I
one
got it.
equal
I
on
got it.
fire.
I got it
Yeah.
now. Everything. Yeah. So at least I'm showing the position now, and I already found the analysis button. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Okay. So BC4. Okay. What do we have here? Two bishops. Nice. Equal pawns. Attack on B7 probably. Somehow.
C5 C5 played. Yeah, C5 is a good move.
Uh,
Because I was saying that I wanted to go bishop to b4 to play bishop e1 so that there's no longer any traps, no more tricks with knight to c3 or to d2, and then you go a4 a5. But c5 is good; it just stops that plan altogether. And yeah, I think black's fine. Nothing
yeah,
much is
probably
going
not.
on.
Yeah, not much. And the thing is, like when you have this kind of a position, I mean, okay, you have two bishops, which is really nice on paper, but how do you open up? You know what I would try to do in this position probably if I were white, I would probably try to drop back the bishop from a3, try to push a4, a5, open some other,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
let's say
But
bishop d2, a4.
yeah, the issue is that the bishop doesn't go to a very good square. So it gets in the way. So let's say you go to b2, it gets in the way.
It
If
does.
you want to do some stuff down the b file, you go to c1, you block the rook.
No, I was
So
thinking like, bishop b2, then a4, and like black cannot really meet it with a5 because b6 will be hanging,
b6 is weak, yeah.
right? So no, it's not as easy. So let's say like bishop b2. Oh, again, like I'm doing something wrong here. Okay, well, how about now?
Oh, you know what? Okay, bishop b2 played. So you found her
Oh,
move.
look at me! I guessed the move right, and I accidentally was guessing instead of analyzing. Okay, so bishop b2. Now black needs to really be a little careful because like I don't want. I think like if I manage to get a4, and black is not ready to meet it. Well, I mean, okay, it's not a big deal, frankly speaking, but black needs to do something here. So, and I'm not
Yeah,
ready.
okay. Can I just interrupt you for a bit? I think we have to take a look at the board one because Jing Yao's clock is running down. He has 1 minute left.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, but
Okay.
okay, this is Jing Yao. This is
Yeah.
style.
Okay, but
He does
yeah.
this. He does this all the time. Okay, we
It
have
did-
liquidated to some
it
kind
did-
of an ending.
Yeah, I did kind of haunt him in one of the previous days. I remember, like with
Yeah, against Malaysia.
and
So that was
it was
really...
like he was trying to win for sure, and then it kind of backfired a little. Okay.
Yeah, the problem with this internet chess is that it's a little bit more difficult to understand the results from the other boards. So you got to click around, whereas in the over the board event, you could just look to your left and sort of understand what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
But here
exactly.
you just can't do it. And he overpressed, but thankfully we still won the match.
Yep.
It looks like this game should end in a draw. If anything, I think white could be a little bit better.
I think white is better actually. I would play something like g4, try to fix thing on g5 maybe.
Yeah, g4 I might go rook h8, just to keep.
And so it's still not
and
for me.
And the point is, the black rook has to stay on the last rank because I wouldn't allow rook to e8.
Yep.
I would never allow rook e8 because it's going to.
But how about let's say let's also put it on the board. How about you do this like g4, rook h8, and then I take something like rook a1.
Yeah, I considered that, and then I was thinking of playing knight e5 actually.
I think knight e5, yeah, it would be good for you to exchange. So
yeah,
I need to take. No, that's okay.
Takes, and then I'll take, and then I'll take on g4, and I'll go rook h6, and I'll hold everything. King can go to d6 anytime.
Yeah. Or maybe even like to go to f4 eventually. I mean, okay, like I can.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure whether I want to.
Okay,
because if you lose c6, you lose all your pawns. So that's the downside.
Yeah, but you're saying like you wanted to kind of you wanted to cover it from h6 with your rook, right? So and then like I was thinking like maybe some active role for the king, even though like it's not much of a threat. I can always play rook a4, I guess, or I can play king e3. But okay, it seems about equal, frankly speaking. I don't know, like one way or the other. So what was going on there? Ooh, look at that! That changed dramatically. h3, h5. He played h4 instead. g4, knight g5, knight f5.
That's really weird. It doesn't look right. And then f4. I mean, gf. Yeah, king f5, strong move, I think. And now I'm threatening knight to g6, I guess. I'm threatening king f4. King f4.
King f4 is not a threat.
Knight e6. Yeah. But I think white has no move, basically.
You can play f4. I mean, like so.
No, but f4 I take.
Let's go back there and reset it.
Yeah, now I like black's chances. I think Jing Yao's going to win this. Mark my words, he's going to win this.
Okay.
This is what Jing Yao does. Like when he gets a slightly better endgame, he doesn't let you go.
I know that.
Yeah.
I was on too many receiving ends of that.
Okay, I made rook f1. Now king f4.
No, I think maybe just knight g6, and he played knight g6.
Yeah, knight g6
just
is
attacking
strong.
the pawn.
Rook h1, you go rook
you just take. You can take.
I see. No, I wouldn't actually. I would go rook e8.
Well, okay.
Because
Well,
I
you
can.
don't have to, but like you can, because like you cannot move away the knight either, because f3 is hanging with the check.
Yeah.
So yeah, white is probably missed something here. I think black is better.
So I think black has very good chances of winning. Can we take a look at board 2 just quickly, because it looks like Xiang Yi's opponent is down to a minute. And
Is that the game?
the position has really spiraled out of control now.
Oh, yikes. Look at that. Somehow. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Queen h5. Now's the time to take on g6, I think.
Or maybe play knight f3. But okay.
Knight f3 is also fine, I think. But I really want to take on g6 and go knight f3. Or queen f3. Yeah, scrap that. I want to go bishop g6 and queen f3.
Wow, but I'm not sure I really like the white's position any longer anyway.
Oh, I quite like it actually.
You do like it? You think like there is winning chances? Like knight f3, you're thinking like you can use...
No, I take on g6. I take on g6
Take g6
now.
And then knight e3?
And how do you do? H takes g6, yeah?
Yes.
I mean, firstly, I don't want to bother calculating queen takes g6. What happens there? I can take on g6, yeah?
You can take on g6, and I didn't see that bishop is...
It's just a pawn, yeah?
No, you can take the pawn and then play knight f3.
Yeah,
so
just
then
a pawn.
You do it. Yeah.
Yeah, of course you do it, yeah? And
I think it's probably better for white, much better for white.
Because if you don't, you could be in some...
No, yeah, I think like this is all good, and that this is probably what you need to do. Right?
Yeah. Okay, so everybody is down to like the last few minutes, so it's every game is going down to the the wire.
Okay.
But okay, I mean Chen Yun is now looking very good. She will find, like I was always confident that she's going to find some chances. That's what she does. Jing Yao's game is down to 10 seconds.
That's a bit
very nervy stuff now.
He won the
He's pawn. A pawn up.
Yeah, but like I'm not sure it's such a great win of the pawn.
Yeah, you go. No, it's good. You go rook e7 and rook e2.
He just did.
And and if you go rook g5, king f6, and everything's fine.
Or maybe even knight king e4 might work. Or maybe not. Okay, like probably I would play knight king f6. Yep. Okay, but it's...
He has to watch his clock. He really has to watch his clock.
Yeah, and it's still far away from, being won or anything, like it's...
no, it's far. It's really...
So it's a little scary. Okay, they just did like the whole thing, like rook e7, king f6, knight g1.
So now you go rook g7. You have to go rook g7.
He plays e5.
Okay. Also fine.
Well, if he exchanges, that's even better for black, right? I mean, like, but okay, he did not exchange. And after rook g7, at least the advantage was like you were forcing that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I really liked it, because like the moment you get rook to c8, knight f3, well, knight e3 probably it's not exactly. I mean, I would probably have exchanged the rook just to be safer.
No, he blundered. Rook f8. He blundered.
Crap. Yes, knight e5, knight f3, knight g5. Oh my goodness. This is really bad. Yep, I'm afraid it's lost now.
Yeah, rook takes f4. Rook takes f4 and the game is over.
Or even knight a6 was winning, but yeah, like rook f4 is harder. That's all right. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But that's why you really needed to play rook g7, just to avoid all these kind of crappy tricks.
Yeah, you change rooks and there's no counterplay. Yeah, it's really unfortunate, but okay.
Happens.
This is chess. It happens.
Yeah.
So...
okay,
rook f4 played.
Yeah, it's played. I already left the board because I didn't want to.
Depressing, yeah?
Yeah, it was. The good news is that we have a first victory, so Gong won.
Gong has won.
Yeah,
nice job.
We actually didn't look at this game for a while, but like there were some changes. And okay, whatever. They eventually we missed most of the game, but it's a classical scenario where you have opposite color bishops, and somehow it actually only works for the defending side because there is an attack, right? And then there is just a blunder of the mate.
Yeah, I think at this point with the time running down, we are going to see huge swings in the evaluation.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's just like that in standard chess. So
okay, let's maybe check at the games that I have like the lowest. So like for example, Lauren Rice has.
And Liu Yang is completely winning now. She can do a number of things, but position just completely lost. Yeah. So that's a great victory for her. Okay, King D8, knight F7 takes the queen. So
sorry, that was again like I was. Oh yeah.
Oh wow, knight takes C8.
Knight F7.
Okay, doesn't matter.
Knight F7 was a little cleaner.
Yeah, it's a little bit cleaner, yes. But this is also quite good.
Yeah, but okay. Well,
you go whatever, queen G8.
Queen E6 maybe, or G8. Yeah, I mean, okay, G8, D7, G7, and I win another rook. How about that?
Yep. Or queen G7.
Or just queen G7. Yeah. Okay. Well, she's going for more.
She does what you and then.
Yeah, I guess right. I should have put.
And the good news, another good news is that Qing An has won his game, so that's excellent.
Oh, again, like it's a game we mostly missed. What happened after that? I was curious. Okay, he won the pawn, and what happened after that? Let's just quickly go through that. That was a nice trick, and then he won another pawn. Another on move 30, he snatched another pawn. No, did he or did he not? No, it was not. But okay, he simplified.
He basically simplified into a same color bishop ending.
Yeah.
And then won with good technique. So that was what.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. Nice.
And Xiang Yi has won. So yeah, the match is going really well.
So we are 3-1 as of right now, right?
Yeah. So and with Liu Yang with an extra rook. So and actually she has 2 queens now. So it's
okay.
She's going to win it. Yeah.
And there's only one game where it's
Lauren is
I think it's
worse,
about.
I think.
She's worse and probably going to lose that if nothing magical happens.
Yeah.
Because that
she's a pawn down.
And it's not just a pawn; it's actually a very unpleasant ending.
Yeah, I agree.
Like something like even like knight G4, king G4, king H3 probably, or rook C3 maybe. No, I don't think it's defendable in the long run. But okay.
Yep, we have got 4 points, so we have won the match.
Yeah. Are we or so we won on all the 4 games that finished, right? Just double checking.
Yeah. So the 2 remaining games we're probably going to lose both.
Okay.
So.
But okay, that's still
okay. Lauren's game is not so straightforward. I mean, it's not clear at all.
It depends on your end game technique, which is
no, because it's actually it's much easier for white to play this because now the plan is clear. You keep the rook on c8. If the black kings drifts to the queen side, you go and take the g6 pawn, and then you get counterplay.
I think this is the critical moment where you don't. Oh yikes!
Okay. This is still normal. I mean, black regardless will be able to do this somehow. But yeah, you go rook c6.
And start checking that. I'm not sure it really works because I can go jump with the king to like d4, c3 and try to. And you need to start.
Okay, but I will take g6. I'll take h5, and then this is your only source of counterplay, anyways. So that's you. But no, wait. Here there is a decent chance now, I think.
Okay, it looks like the
now
also doesn't know what to do, right?
Yeah, she has no idea what to do. Well, king g8, wow. But now actually there's king f4.
Yeah, she does it.
Oh, but wait, there's c3. Okay, so c3.
No, but king e5.
King e5, rook g, and then I go king f6. Yeah, this is Wow, looks like it's going to be a save by Lauren.
If she
Okay,
finds.
now it's don't play King G5. Oh no, he played King
Oh
G5.
no! No! Wait a second. It's good.
Wait,
Oh,
Rook B5. Rook
Rook
B5
D5.
blundered.
Oh my goodness! I cannot really. Now White is winning. For all I know.
Now King H5. White is winning now. That's
Oh.
amazing, huh?
Wow! Why did she play Rook C7?
No,
Oh,
it's
it's
good.
still winning. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, still winning. Yeah.
Wow!
And
Look at
yeah, you
that.
go G4, G5. Wow, what a
And
turnaround!
that
Like from
rolls. That rolls. Yes.
losses. Yeah, great
Oh
stuff.
my
Great stuff.
goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, talk about the importance of Rook endgames, huh? Right.
Okay, now you go G6, King
You
G5.
just need to find one or two
Yeah,
moves. Oh, Rook
good
H7.
stuff.
I
Good
don't
stuff.
like. I don't like Rook H7.
Yeah, not sure why she played this. Move the rook away. Yeah,
Yeah,
move it
she
as far
does.
as you
Okay.
can. Okay,
We're kind of
now
like almost cheerleading here, huh?
you go King H6, you go H5, G6, and so on.
Yeah, I think it must be really good.
H5.
Yeah. Just not allow any tricks with the stalemate or something like that, and then Rook G7, Rook H7, something like that, or.
Yeah, I understand that in some of these positions that it's possible to blunder in the start. So for example, there's a way to blunder this. Rook H7, King here, and G7 is a way to lose.
Oh wait a
G7
second.
would be it's possible to lose this position.
You should be saying that, man. Okay, Rook
F7. No, but okay, Lauren is a pretty decent player, so she's not going to. And the next move, I go.
Yeah, okay, King G5, I think.
Yeah, you know what she could have done. She could have gone. No, okay, no, it doesn't work. King G5 is just good, and then I go Rook F5 if there's a check. Now to go H6.
H6, go H6. Yes.
So this is the way to win. King H8. If here, you make a random move, whatever. You go H. Okay, you hit.
We can even
go
H7. Yeah, by now it doesn't matter.
And then you go
King H6.
There's no steal. And then you go King H6 regardless.
Yeah, there is no tricks anymore. I think.
Yeah, so this is a remarkable turnaround.
Yeah, look at that.
But look, I mean, she hung in there.
Yeah, no. It's all good. I mean, it is something you earn.
Great. I mean, great stuff. So
yeah,
very very good win for us.
Oh, look at that! Someone doesn't want to resign. Rook F8. Anyone? Okay, well maybe not. Rook F1. Mate in 2. Okay, well that also works.
Oh, I think we have a. Yeah, I'm getting. Okay, can we look at the game between Anthony Kerr and Jing Yao?
Okay.
Because the final position black is completely winning. Jing Yao was winning in this position.
He just lost on time. Yeah, he won on time.
I believe he got disconnected.
Maybe. I'm looking at his numbers. Yeah. He's like 22 seconds, 19 seconds, and then.
Okay, just give me a second. I'll need to do the team for a bit, and then I'll be back very shortly. So I'll turn off my video and be back soon.
All right, everyone. I think let me just see what else we missed and look through some of the games that we didn't look at so much detail as because everything was going so fast. But first of all, congratulations to everyone. So I think the score is now, what, 5-1, right? If I'm not mistaken, if I didn't get anything wrong in my calculation. So that's a nice win. I'm looking at the cross tables in parallel in a different window. So yeah, so we scored the victory, which is good. Let's take a look maybe also at our closest competitors. Albania, believe it or not, lost to Ireland. Wow, that's so. I think it's not over yet, but I'm looking at the score. It shows like 3.5 points for Ireland, so they won the match. Yeah, that's a surprise. And that means that the situation at the top of the scoreboard has changed a little. So Singapore is leading the board with 12 points. Actually, let me just try to open that in another window, and let's do it right here. I'm not sure it's going to look all right. Okay, well, it doesn't. So let me maybe do that slightly differently. Let's see. Okay, it's still not great. Give me one more moment. I'm going to fix it a little. Okay, so there you go. Let's just align it to the left a little. So, okay, so this is the scoreboard. So as I was saying, we just won the match against New Zealand. The final score is not updated, but we know it's 5-1. And yeah, so like I think the surprise of the day is Albania losing to Ireland. So can you see me? Video is frozen, I was told. Okay, let me see. I hope that you can still see that and you can see my screen. If anyone can update me like by hitting things in the chat here on Twitch, if you are seeing any problems, just let me know. Okay. I was just told that the video was frozen, and I honestly don't know. I didn't change anything. Sometimes that happens. So please let me know by chatting here and typing things in the chat if anything goes wrong. With that, let me just go back to the scoreboard and see what we are having there. So, okay, like I'm updating the scores. The final score for Ireland and Albania is 4-2. We won 5-1. That's both of that actually is a very good news. So because first of all, we are now 2 points clear of the our direct competitors. So now Albania, Malaysia, and Monaco are all at 10 points with 2 matches to go, and we are playing Japan and South Korea. And they are playing, some of them actually, so there is Malaysia is playing Monaco in the next one of the next 2 rounds. So there is also one of them is going to lose points on that. Okay, so that we know that. So I think that so far so good. This is really encouraging so far. Let's see what if we had any other interesting results that worth noting. So Monaco defeated South Korea, but basically just barely, 3.5, 2.5. So that means South Korea is, and actually Japan was playing with New Zealand also, like they lost, but just barely by 2.5 points. So that means that we should not be really counting on easy victories against this team either. So these guys are keen to play. Okay, so okay, round 6. Let's see at round 7. So Monaco won against Hong Kong 4-2. Malaysia, Syria 4-1, and it's still going on. Oh, look at the, sorry, it looks like I was looking at the previous was round 6, and I mixed some results between round 6 and round 7. But anyway, Ireland did win against Albania, so that's true. We defeated New Zealand 5-1. And Japan and South Korea played against each other, and they actually played 3-3, so they drew the score. South Korea didn't have the player on the last board. Something happened, no show. But other than that, yeah, like, so they ended up drawing that match. Okay, let's just see the scoreboard after that one more time. Yep, and I think everything has been updated already in this table. So yeah, we have clear leader Singapore, and 3-4. Ireland is also very close. So I think in the last two rounds, just to remind everyone, so what we are looking at, of course, there is always the first place that we hope to win. But I think what really counts for most teams is one of the top three places. The top three places get promoted to the next division, to Division 2, and get to play, I think, next week, actually. That's an interesting question. If I don't remember the uh, uh, kind of the conditions of that competition very well. So let's just check if we can quickly find them. And schedule 5 pools, 3 best 10 of each pool advance to Division 3. Okay, and yes, so I was right that if we're looking at these, I think it's 3 teams advance to Division 2, and if we do, we are getting to compete about a week from now against the teams that are much stronger, frankly, right? So I think that's going to be the price, and the competition is also going to be essentially over the weekend, right? Like from Friday to Sunday. So this is the grand prize, and if you're looking at again at the table, I think right now you have 5 teams that are really in contention for 3 prizes. I think Syria is too far behind, so I think the Syria was a bit of a Cinderella story because they did qualify from Division 4, like from the previous one. I think they called it something different, like Division 4. They did qualify to Division 3, and they did actually very well. And remember, they drew the match with us, but it seems like they're too far behind now to really hope to win it. Even if they win both matches, I think they're not going to get 3 places. So it's really between Singapore, Albania, Malaysia, Monaco, and Ireland, where it's going to be competing for the 3 places that are qualifying you for Division 2. All right, with that, let's get back to the games. I think we have a few still here. So let's see. Can you still see my screen? Okay, it looks like we can. Let's maybe just check quickly what was going on in this game for in the beginning, right? So like that we were just briefly talking with Kevin. So okay, like an English opening, ready opening, where White is playing all of these kind of knight f3, g3, bishop g2, and c4, almost against everything, right? So that's really nice and easy plan for you to start the development. But I guess, like I think at this point of time, I would probably already start thinking about like playing d4 instead of b3. But okay, White insists on like this standard development, and wow, I'm not sure again. Knight c3. Maybe White can also think of taking on d5 or d4. But okay, it's all playable. Knight c3, bishop a6, d3, and okay, here Black is already preparing for d4, clearly kind of trying to get into this Benoni structure, which is probably okay for Black, but also for White, it's fully playable. I'm not sure I get the knight d2. It seems to be not well positioned there. I mean, I could play knight e4 for sure. That seems like a perfect place for queen, no matter what happens. I mean, let's say c2 is probably, c2 is probably knight b4, so you probably don't want that. So, okay. Knight d2, knight d7, so far so good. Logical development. I think at some point in time, White must take on d5 and like play d4 and kind of like something like that. And like, let's say d4. Okay, so basically just get that structure with a isolated pawn or hanging pawn. Again, like I'm not even saying that it is much better for White. Maybe not. Black has knight e4, which is nice. The bishop is actually in the square, so but I think I would have probably taken that Okay, I think I just broke something. Look at us. Okay, I think I'm still figuring out how chess.com works. But okay, so with that, let me just take a short pause. We will be back in 5 minutes when the next round starts. So let's just check quickly who will be playing in the next round. Round 8. Round 8, Monaco is playing Japan. We are playing South Korea. And we have some changes in the team. So we have Ashwin on board 2, Peng Kun on board 4, Bagri on board 5. Okay, Charlene on the last board. So yeah, like quite a different team facing South Korea. So pausing for a few minutes, and we'll be back at 5 p.m. sharp. Thanks everyone for listening in. Don't go away. Get back in 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, the most difficult thing is to remember to switch off the your audio and switch it on. Okay, let me just do a little bit of a housekeeping here on the screen so that we can all see everything that's going on. As you can see, the match has already started, and yeah, and Kevin is back. Kevin, can you hear us?
Hi guys.
Hey, Kevin.
Okay. Looks like the games are now in progress.
Yep.
So yeah, a very positive result for us in round 8, and also I think in round 7, even the other matches kind of
You've seen that there was a
went
lucky
our
break
favor as
for us
well,
about Albania,
because
right?
Albania actually lost to Ireland.
Yep.
And which means that we are now the sole leaders of the group. So that's obviously
Yes.
a very good sign for us.
I was actually talking while you were away, Kevin, that we have 5 teams that are competing for 3.
Yeah, so now we are playing Korea, and we actually have a walkover on the last board.
Kevin?
Yeah, now I can hear you. I actually couldn't quite hear
okay.
you.
I was
Yeah.
just talking and like I didn't see the reaction. You were ignoring me. Okay, so yeah, like we got the lucky break. Albania lost to Ireland, and now we have 5 teams competing for 3 top spots, and Singapore at the top of the table, which is amazing.
Yeah, and also I think again in this round against Korea, I was just mentioning that we have a walkover in the last board.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, so
yeah,
we are
so what
starting with
happened
extra
was
board.
because the under 20 girl from Korea was removed from the tournament, so that was a little bit unfortunate, and well, we'll take it.
I think already in the previous match they were without that board.
No, they had a girl, under 20 girl female player.
Yeah, I know, but that was already showing as minus plus, so like a walkover against Japan.
No, they removed her results from yesterday and the day before. So
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, move on. That's unfortunate. So that happens, and let's just hope to win the rest of the games on the board.
We'll take it. I mean.
So we are looking at the first board right now, Ragozin, right? So like kind of a version of Nimsa Indian queen pawn with a bishop b4 and queen a4 check, knight c6. That's the thing that kind of defines this opening. And I actually I'm not sure that this is like so great for white, because like after usually if black is able to play e5, my understanding they are not doing too badly. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that the castles is actually an inaccuracy if I'm not wrong, and I think the main line actually goes queen c2 on move 9.
Yep.
You go queen c2, e5, de, knight e5, knight e5, bishop e5, and then you go f4.
Wow.
Yeah. So I know this because I remember a blitz game that was played between Dmitry Andreykin and Magnus Carlsen at one of the World Blitz Championships on YouTube, and Magnus lost the game. So
can you repeat the line again? So e3 castle, and then what? Queen c2, right?
No, bishop d2, dc4, bishop c4.
Bishop d6, and then you do what? You draw back.
And you go queen c2. That's the main line.
Okay, and then e5. You're saying take, and f4.
Yes,
right?
That's how you do this. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So queen c2, e5 takes. You take f4, and the main line goes bishop takes c3.
And I think you
can bishop c3.
And then you attack it and white castles that anyway. I think that's what I think I remember that now.
No. So after f4, bishop c3, black goes knight g4. Bishop d4.
And then
c5.
Sacrificed. Yes, I remember. Like
you go c5, bishop c5, rook e8, castles, and just a very, very slight advantage for white, but there's nothing.
And then you take on e3, everything gets exchanged, right?
No, you go b6 first. You go b6 to gain the
Yes.
tempo. Yeah.
Yes.
And then bishop d4, then you take on e3. And
My goodness.
rook takes e3.
I studied this line and I couldn't remember for the life of me.
No, it's just so I remember this game. It was very vivid because I remember just how equal the position was, and normally Magnus is the one that
Right.
that squeezes these positions from a win. But yeah, as you go down the line, the whole stuff is this whole stuff is still theory. I think bishop e3, rook e3, queen f2, rook go. I think they go rook e7, and then f5.
Okay, we're already like 10 moves away from what's happening in the game, so let's maybe return for that. But that was very exciting. That, and like I'm telling you, like I studied that in one of the courses, and like I'm playing that with Black now, right? And I still, for the life of me, could not remember all of these moves. Like I remember some ideas vaguely, but okay, it's clearly studying less than you do or less than I should. Okay, let's see what happens there after e5.
Jing Yao is just burning time now because I think he realizes that he has gotten the opening wrong, because now Black has no problems here.
But let's just talk about what White can do right now, because like D is not very
it's not inspiring, yeah.
Yeah, because like you also need to think of the again, like let me just let me create that on a separate board. But there is also, even let's say you've taken e5 multiple times, d2 is hanging, and after that you need to calculate bishop h2 sacrifice, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I don't want to even think of that. But maybe it's not losing, but it's not something you want to do, right?
No, it's honestly, I think the position is a little bit unpleasant for White now because of the, let's say, d5.
d5, I was thinking, no, you can even play e4 probably.
I didn't see that.
But I think you can. I'm not sure it's good or not, but like knight e4, knight e4 take, and then there is like on d2.
Knight d2, there's knight d2 and bishop h2.
Yeah, that was something like my idea.
And probably you just liquidate everything, yeah? It's just,
yeah, okay, well that sounds about equal actually. That's maybe not that bad for White.
No, but you can see that Jing Yao is burning a lot of time here. And you...
But after d5, Black doesn't have to, like they can play knight e7. I mean, it's also nice.
I will go knight e7. The idea to go, because I think White is more or less obliged to go e3 to e4 himself, and then Black can go knight to g6 and
maybe not immediately, because then I can play, if you play knight g6, I can probably play knight b5, try to exchange this guy.
I don't mind that actually.
Maybe you don't. Usually Black do play h6 in these variations. I don't know why, but I was thinking that maybe that's... Anyway, so probably that's not a best start, and especially, because he's burning time. Shall we go to another game? Board 2?
Yeah, sure. So we have Ashvin.
And that looks like a nice, relatively nice version of some kind of, I don't know, King's Indian. It was not King's Indian. It was more like...
what is
Pierce or something.
Some kind of Pierce, yeah. Some kind of Pierce, yeah.
Yeah.
But with a slightly less active setup with knight bd2.
Yeah, it should be okay for Black. Totally okay.
Yeah, but of course, perfectly playable for both sides.
Yes. But rook, bishop a4.
Yeah, bishop a4 is a very nice move. I like it. I like it a lot. Because firstly, the threat of knight c5. It's not okay. It's not really a threat because I can go bishop c2.
Like, I was thinking maybe more like queen b6, rook c8, something like that in that direction.
Yeah, queen b6.
I think White
you're right.
White needs to play bishop c2 probably anyway, and then you play rook c8 and kind of speculate on this. Then you can actually, let's maybe get it on the board. Like, let's say you're doing like bishop c2, I go here, and then maybe I have this threat of like taking.
I can't see what you mean by here, because I'm not seeing this.
So bishop a4, yeah. All right, sorry. Bishop c2, I'm thinking like White has to play it, right? And then after bishop a4, bishop c2, rook c8, and then I'm starting to threaten like something like, I don't know, rook c2 followed by knight c5 and queen b6. I'm not sure if it's working, by the way.
By the way, bishop c2 played.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, that was quick.
Yeah, but I mean, now you have to go rook c8, of course, right?
Yeah.
I think you have to go rook c8, and then
It's actually unpleasant for white.
it's very unpleasant for white. After rook c8 and queen b6, your idea is really strong. In fact,
No,
I mean, I can go.
You can probably play knight bd4 now, right? Can you?
Wait, sorry. At which point after bishop c2, rook c8?
Bishop c2, rook c8, knight bd4. That's like to unpin. I think you have to do it actually.
No, but that's. I don't think so. Knight bd4. Maybe it's clever. I'm not sure.
Oh, wait a second. Rook c2 anyway. Rook c2.
Knight c2, queen c7, yeah.
Queen c7, another on c8 coming, and I think that's over. You cannot defend on d4. If you try to defend it with another knight from d4, I just take it and take on c2, and I think there is no mate and nothing. So it's just.
Yeah, queen d3 was good. So the opponent didn't play bishop c2. He went queen d3.
Let's see what's
unpinning.
There.
Yeah,
knight d3 is actually probably a better version of that. Yeah. Okay.
So now queen b6 and rook a8. Anyway, it looks like a very decent. Jing Yao is still thinking, like he's really tanking here.
Yeah, it's not a good sign. Okay.
Okay, but okay, this is how he does it. So
yeah, we know. Bishop, yeah, like it's like I'm pretty sure when people are watching me play, they have exactly the same thoughts. So let's go to board 3, and these looks actually much better for white, I think.
Yeah.
Bishop
looks winning actually.
It's a monster.
Must be very close to winning.
Yeah.
Like firstly, okay, I can go bishop b7.
Bishop b7.
And knight d5. Do I just win?
And I don't think it's winning. Bishop b7. I go, let's say d8. Oh, sorry, not.
I go knight to d5.
I want to go to d8 with the queen. That's why I left d8 open. I don't think you're winning immediately. But then you can play maybe like knight b4 and kind of you try to do this fork on c6. It's hard to actually.
Yeah, knight b4 looks very strong actually.
And you defend. Maybe the best chance. No, it's actually really bad. I was thinking like sacrifice on b7, take on e4.
But honestly, she's not going to do it. I'm pretty sure she's not going to play bishop b7. It's just not in her style.
Right. Then okay. Then what?
Rook e2. I'm guessing.
Rook e2 and then another rook on f1 or e1 and like kind of.
Or something.
Like
something.
Okay.
So because there's always all these ideas of going knight d5 at every juncture.
True.
It's just much more pleasant to slowly improve your position and wait for black to collapse. So I would say that's
probably good technique. The only thing like I wouldn't want to.
Knight h4 played.
Knight h4. Wow. Okay. The idea is knight f5 now.
Yeah. So it's knight d8, knight f5.
Okay. Let's put it on the board. Knight d8, knight f5.
Wow. Knight f5 queen. No, but there's queen e6 though. There's queen e6.
And it's
strangely enough, the queen does not get trapped. Yeah.
No. Wait a second. We can continue chasing something like. No, bishop b7 actually is not. Bishop is hanging. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure about knight h4. Like especially since you were selling me this idea of solidity and kind of. Okay. But by the way, I didn't see knight d8. It's kind of counterintuitive move to some extent.
No. You have to do it because you need to be able to play c6 and move your queen to c7. Or else you're just stuck. You can't move anything.
No, I agree.
So you have
makes sense.
Have to. Yeah, you really have to try to remove the bishop on c6 at any cost. But okay, he played knight takes e4, which is a blunder because now knight takes g6 just wins. And yeah, position is now it's over.
Yep, I think that's exactly what happened, and that's probably
rook takes e4.
Whatever.
Yeah, I think we can look at the next game now.
Yep. Okay. Board 4, Fang Kun. Ooh, look at that. That's an interesting position. That's actually an interesting position. So that started as some kind of a Slav defense with a sacrifice. Geller Gambit. Like, wow, look at that. Old times.
Yeah, but
Okay,
I think it's just a very good version for black, yeah?
yeah, I think like a4 is not a great idea in this position. Usually people play e5, I think first, right? And then they play a4. But there is still compensation here probably for white. I don't know. Let's look at the final positions. Scroll. Well, maybe not.
Yeah,
Actually.
definitely there's some compensation because of the backward C pawn,
But
but
it's not much. I mean, like usually you want to have like more attack. Bishop on b2 is not really a great piece. There is not really a pressure on c6 right now. So like
yeah, I
black
completely
needs to
agree.
untangle, but I think it's really like, yeah, I think it's really in black's favor.
I actually would have gone, okay, I would have gone bishop a6
Yep,
to
I
swap the
agree.
bishop off, and
Yeah, I agree.
then, okay, I can understand why she did not do so, because she was afraid that after bishop takes a6, rook takes a6, and then rook f1.
Or maybe like knight d2 and knight c4 at the end of that, like trying to get to d6.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I can understand the decision, because you're in no rush to play bishop a6, and maybe now knight d7 and followed by c5. Okay, but now white played bishop takes d5, which is definitely
Oh, they did?
in the wrong. Yeah, it's
Oh,
definitely in the
whoa, whoa,
wrong
whoa,
direction
whoa,
now.
whoa, whoa.
So regardless how you recapture, I think that is just much better
No, I would
now.
take with c. I don't know if that's correct, but like I really
Really?
want. I would take with the c
You
pawn right now.
would, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would have
Look at
taken
me,
with...
I'm correct. And again, like I put it on the board, so I actually put it like as I predicted correct.
I would take with the queen, actually. I would have taken with the queen, but okay, this is also quite good.
No, I
feel.
think like you can even to the point of you can maybe chop on c5, play bishop a6, bishop c4, and like your. I mean, okay, it's probably not the best idea, but you can already do
Why
that.
not?
Or you can just
Why
play
not?
bishop a6 straight away, like without exchanging on c5 first. Force them to like I don't want to take on c5 because that opens them dc and d4 square, right?
Yeah.
So probably just go bishop.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind, actually.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't mind DC. I would play DC knight c6 and then I go bishop a6 bishop c4.
Oh, you play with bishop c. Sorry, knight c6 first. That's a smart one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you see, like I'm still worried. Like you white goes knight d4. You exchange that, let's say, at the moment, and then we have opposite bishops, and like you will try to.
No, you can't play knight d4. I think I have knight takes e5.
Knight e6.
And then I take.
And then I take on e5.
And how is this position? I felt like it's just much better.
It is much better, but like it's. I'm
Queen
not sure.
g5, I guess. I don't know.
Queen g5 could be an option,
F4.
but then like I play f4, c6. No.
Queen g6. Queen g6.
f4, queen g6, c6. I don't know.
Bishop d3.
Oh, you already have on a6. We're looking at the different positions.
No, I go bishop a6. Sorry.
Yeah, bishop
yeah,
a6.
I'm doing this. I'm also doing this blindfold, but okay. Yeah. I mean, bishop a6 is also a very good move, I think.
Like I wouldn't. That variation we calculate I didn't like because at the end you like I can play like rook f3.
Yeah, I understand. I understand
no,
that.
Did she play, by the way, already the? Yeah, she played bishop a6.
Knight c5, she went bishop a6, which was
good.
Which I like the decision.
Yeah, I think I would do that. The only thing, like, if I take on a6, and I think white have to take on a6. Oh, they didn't. Oh my goodness. I would take on a6, and then like I would ask where that piece is going. Like if you're taking with a knight on a6 is not great. If you're taking with the rook, then like how do you control c file? So, but white didn't then allow bishop c4. So
and now after queen e3, knight d7, yeah.
Or maybe even I don't know, like how worrying is that knight on c5? I don't know, like maybe even knight c6. Well, okay, probably I would exchange it. I agree.
Yeah, you change it and then you put the rook on.
And by the way, the moment we exchange it, a4 becomes under attack.
Yeah.
So no, white is
no. This version is going well for us.
Yes, I think. Let's move to the next one. Board number 5.
So this Andrey Bagri.
That's a classical Caro-Kann, I think, right?
Yep.
I think white is better.
Looks like it. I agree.
White is comfortably better. I think black didn't get any counterplay like the usual. They didn't play c5, and g7 is now a permanent weakness.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened in the opening because
Let's check.
White is not supposed to get this sort of easy stuff.
I think black missed a moment of where he could play c5.
I mean,
I don't know the variation well enough to.
yeah, I don't know. It feels like there's something has gone wrong in the opening. But I'm also not that familiar with the theory in this line.
I mean, it's still not
But
the end of the world, but I think white is comfortably better. Yeah, and like, okay, the f5 has just been played, so white can just retreat, and e5 after that is permanent weakness. I don't know. I think things like maybe. Oh, look at that! Board one, and again, like he's down to 50 seconds.
Yeah,
that's worrying.
Really
On the other hand,
not.
on the positive side, like if he's not losing immediately to something like bishop h3 or knight h3 or something to that effect,
or queen g5.
Yeah, but if that does work, let's just assume that for a second. Then white is actually doing okay. Yeah, but queen g5.
But okay, what do you do after queen g5? Oh, you go bishop f4 and no, you cannot play knight g6. I wanted to go bishop f4, knight g6, but queen h2 is mate.
It's too bad, yes. But you can probably no, g3 is not a great idea. You probably, by the way, what do you do? So let's say a knight, queen g5. I think we need to take, right? I don't see anything else. Yeah, we have to take.
I don't like it anymore.
And maybe
unless knight d5.
Knight d5 could be something, yeah, and then take on c6. But knight d5 you can play again like queen g5.
Queen f5. No, you go queen f5.
Well, f5 then at least white can always bail out. You can take on f5, take on f5, take on c6.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to find equality for white.
Smart.
Yeah. No, when you're confronted with a move like queen g5, and then you're forced to take on f4.
By the
black
way,
has the bishop pair.
I think he played queen g5, and so now we're waiting to see. Yeah, we're waiting to see. By the way, so the game on Gong's game is over, so she did win it very quickly after that. So
excellent.
2-0 by now.
2-0.
Yeah.
So we need another 1.5 points to secure the match victory.
Yeah. Okay. He took on f4, queen f4 on the board, and now we are 15 seconds to see what his plan is against this. I hope he doesn't take on c6.
Knight d5 plate.
Yay!
I'm in good shape.
Yeah.
But here, like, there's knight take d4. Does it work?
Knight d4. Wow, that's a scary one. Knight d4. I didn't see that coming.
But okay, there's
no,
an
I can take on f4. You can take on c2 and do like knight fg6.
Knight fg6, yeah, and then bishop e5.
I can probably take on f8.
Knight e5. No, knight e5.
Well, knight e5 is probably more than enough because it's like black is underdeveloped.
Yeah, for a pawn, I think it's enough.
But why not f8? Like, can I take on f8? Nah, okay, like it's stupid.
Oh, knight takes d4 plate.
Really?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. I'm afraid.
I mean, I don't think it's a very good choice, honestly.
Knight d4.
Oh no! No!
No! Wait a second. And I see. Oh, he wants knight f6 after that.
No, but no, this is lost.
Why?
No, queen e5 is lost.
Queen f5 is the worst. Yes.
Queen takes e5 and it's lost.
Immediately on the spot. Crap.
Rook f4. Rook f4. Rook f4 c6. Yeah, just simple c6.
Knight f6. Knight f6. Gf, and then at least I have. I think I'm winning actually, but I at least have a perpetual. by g takes f6, queen g6 check. Actually, I'm winning. So there is still like rook f4 is still a good trick because you're threatening this knight f6 as a threat.
Oh. So okay, wait. So bishop e6, I guess.
Okay, that's
yeah,
a
which
different
is what played. Yeah, time to resign.
Then maybe it is time to resign. You never know. Oh, look at that. He found a different. He played g3, and when he took on d5, he played rook f5. But I think like rook bishop e4, probably winning, right? Yeah, I'm afraid bishop e4 now is winning. Or even like queen e4 for that matter. Anything. Yeah, yeah, okay, that's. I'm afraid that's going the wrong way. Yeah, bishop e4. Yeah, okay, happens. No, okay, that's.
Yeah, very very unpleasant, unfortunate.
Yeah.
But on the positive note, Korea on board 2, Ashvin is
I
winning.
think he's extra rook or something. If I'm
Fang
counting.
Kun is winning as well, so we are going to win the match.
Yay! Yeah, okay, well look at that. We are here, we're even more than a rook here. We are rook and a bishop up.
Right?
Yeah,
Resigns,
I think.
black wins. Fantastic. So Ashvin gets on the scoreboard, and obviously when Ashvin lost his game against Cyril, I think he was of course very disappointed, and I'm really pleased for him that he has won this game.
Apologies, muted myself while I was munching. The disadvantages of a long streaming. Okay, let's see what we have there. So yeah, okay, this is Fang Kun games. I think.
Yeah, I think
only one game.
I really think that Jing Yao was very affected by the loss in the previous round because he was on the verge of winning, and just when he was about to execute the move, he told me that his screen froze, and he lost on time because of that. So I believe he was disappointed, and it kind of affected his play. So very unfortunate that has happened.
Very unfortunate indeed.
Yeah. In the meantime, yeah, so we have secured 4 points and we have won the match.
Yay! And I think, by the way, that kind of guarantees us graduation to Division 2. Because if like we have 14 points, match points, I don't see a scenario where like we can not be in the top 3.
Okay, so currently, are all the games over?
No, there is one game. There is one game still going with Advaid Bagri. That Karakan.
No, I'm trying to check the remaining games actually.
For, you mean in other matches?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So I got to step away and do captain stuff. So
sure,
I'll join you again in a few minutes for the last round.
Thank you, Kevin.
So see you guys. Yep.
Okay. In the meantime, let's just take a look quickly at where we are in terms of the cross table and our direct competitors. Okay, so we are winning. Monaco is actually losing. They lost 2 games. Wow, that's unexpected. But okay, there is still plenty of games that are ongoing. All the other results are not on the scoreboard yet. Okay, so let's just return to this game. We only have 1 game left. And I must say I don't like what happened in the game, like the transformation of the game that happened while we were away, because somehow, I don't know how it happened. I think, I see what happened. So basically what happened after, at this point, knight f6, so that's attacking the, sorry, I have too many arrows, like this pawn is weak, right? I'm not sure if knight e5 was best decision though, right? Like in this case, like what you really want to do is like do something like f3, g4 in these positions, support it. Maybe like play knight h4. and defend it with this. Then okay, knight e4. So it's actually maybe black was not doing that badly as we were thinking with Kevin. Okay, but what happened? Knight e5, and then black took, and you cannot take with the queen even though you want to, because then h5 falls. So he took with a pawn, but then suddenly it's actually rather nice for black. So these so far is more or less forced, right? Yeah, I think it's all forced. You cannot play knight e2, just you just can take on d1, and that's all over. c3 is falling, so you have to play f3, knight g3, and again h5 is falling, which might not be the end of the world, but that's unpleasant. I was thinking maybe like playing like knight a4 and something with bishop a5 maybe. But okay, so rook c1, rook d1. So let's say I would probably take with the d1. Ah, no, that's actually a bad, very, very bad idea. Because then let's just put it on the board. Because if you're playing rook d1, knight e2, is it winning? No, it's not actually. Maybe it is the best move after all, right? Like knight e2, queen to d2 or c2, and c3 is not falling. So like, I think you need to then, in this case, you really need to do that. And maybe let's also like open that in another. So like rook d1. So like my point was like, this is actually not that good for black because I'm also threatening queen d7, so black has to take, and this is probably just equal, maybe even better for white. And otherwise, what can you do? Like queen f2, I don't buy queen f2 actually for a second, but how would I react to that? Maybe something like bishop d4 and try to attack there. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, black can take, I can take. Well, that's not nice. But maybe, just maybe, I can organize an attack here. You see, like, with the idea of going here. That can be really unpleasant for black, so it becomes kind of a double-edged. And if you're worse, or if you think that you're worse, maybe that's not a bad idea to do that. Okay, let's see what's happening there. Sorry, that's the wrong one. Ooh, yikes. Again, some transformation. So he just took on h5. Yeah, okay, that's smart. But and white doesn't have the time to play bishop queen d2 because like you just meet them on that open file and that's it, right? Yeah, so g4 is probably a good idea, and I think he was probably counting on that from the get-go. But what do you do now? Bishop g4 maybe again? Oh, that's a smart trick. So the idea is like if black plays knight e2, then queen d2 actually wins. Knight e4 is actually a better one. You need to attack it somehow. So white definitely wants to have some initiative, some attack. Like, okay, so black probably has to go to c5. And then you can do something like bishop f2 and kind of pin it on there. Knight g5 is better. Okay, like I'm actually pretty bad at going. I'd probably still want to play knight f2, even though I'm not sure such a great move, but at least it's an active move. Yep, and then if black queen goes, you can at least go queen d4 and again attack on d7, attack on a7. Some initiative, some activity. Okay, queen c7 is probably a good move, but can you take on a7? No, you cannot. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Maybe still, no, it's a difficult one actually. Okay, that's a good move. That's a good move that I didn't see. White wants to establish the bishop on d6. And now you can probably go to d4 or d2. I don't want to exchange. I don't think exchanges are now interested in this position, so probably d4. D2 I didn't like because of something like knight e4 actually. Yep, on the board. And unfortunately, our player is also low on time. G6 is also can be unpleasant. Yep, knight e1. You can't see any other move really. And then g4 might start to fall at some point. By the way, knight g6, queen g6 is also not such a great thing because like now we're threatening queen d7, right? So he has to take. Okay, that was quick. And now black cannot take. Black can take on g4. Damn. Oh, he didn't see it. Okay. Okay, at least I feel like white actually does have some compensation here, at least practically. You just need to make sure that you're not allowing exchanges like maybe queen c5. You want to keep queens in this position. As long as you have queens, you have chances. Like there's always some kind of a perpetual check happening here and there. Okay, he doesn't even want to exchange the rooks, which is also a good idea. Like black is struggling there. He has a little less space. Probably not that bad idea. So like queen d7 is actually not much of a threat. What can they play? Like queen d3, it's nothing. Okay, well then that I'm not sure. Can you play c5? No, you cannot. I was thinking in the previous move probably knight c5 was strong, like if black takes, you can take the check. Here black can already start grabbing the pawns, unfortunately. Well, black doesn't see that. Okay, rook c, queen c5. Wow, white is fantastic. At the very least, you can just check and like that's a draw. You can continue checking, right? Do this, and that's, yeah, I think that's a perpetual. And now he's looking if he has more. I don't think he has more. I mean, you're still a pawn down after all. Yep, that's a draw. Well, that's a good save. I think that for quite a while that was unpleasant for white, and that was really commendable. Like keeping enough activity and counterplay to creating these threats. And as I was saying, like the moment, as long as you have queens, you still have chances, right? So that like the activity that black decided was turned out to be a little bit premature, and then you start attacking here, and like there are a lot of pawns that require defending, so you really cannot hold on to all of them at the same time. Okay, so that means what? So we won 4.5 to 1.5, if I'm not mistaken, right? So let's check. Yeah, okay, that has not been updated, but like 4.5 to 5 to 1.5. Ireland completely crushing New Zealand, right? So 5-0. Syria is actually leading Albania. Wow, this is really getting out of hand. And Monaco lost to Japan. Wow, look at this. Wow, this is amazing. I did not expect it. I completely did not expect it. With the Grandmaster losing on board 2. Maybe we should just take a look at that. What happened there? Let's see if we can find that game somehow. How do we do that? So let's see. I can only start it from scratch. And let's say, okay, let's close all that. And games, watch, and rapid. And I don't know his username, unfortunately. Let's start from scratch again. Okay. bear with me. Maybe if I find that game, I would be really curious what's going on there. Okay, that looks like that. Yep, that's the gentleman, and he just lost to FIDE Master. Let's take a look at this game. Wow, let's fire on board. Let's see. Let's just double check that you can all see that. So the Grandmaster was playing black. Let me actually probably flip the board if I can find how to do that. How do we do it? Yeah. Okay, let's open that as analysis. Okay, so okay, that's probably I don't want to see that with the computer. I want to see it with my own eyes. That's usually a little more helpful. Okay, just to double check that you can all see that in a stream. I think you can. So we're looking at the game from Japan Monaco match where the Japanese FIDE Master defeats the Grandmaster. Okay, Nim to Indian defense. So far so good. Pretty standard lines, nothing fancy. In this line, you can actually even sacrifice this G2 pawn very often. Like I know that people like for example, I won a game. I remember like in the Singapore Blitz Championship, so something like that. And I remember like that position was on the board. I think it was. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was when I came home and like checked it on the computer, was already lost, and I won it also like in a very short order in just a few moves. So like these kind of things, like when you have these attack, is really dangerous. But okay, so like what I meant to say, like you don't have to really go castle here. It's like taking on G2 is not a threat. Okay, now it's really all standard. So far, black is pretty solid. Like usually they can play C6 or C5, 97. Okay, it's not to say white is doing badly. So just probably about equal. A6. Okay, so the idea is like they want to prevent the bishop from being attacked, right? And then like he probably wants to play C5 directly, and he does the right next move. So he plays C5, and the argument is like knight on G3 is not such a great piece to controlling D4, but I think that's not what white probably had in mind anyway. I probably would not be able to resist going bishop F5 here, even though probably not that much. Black can draw back the bishop, nothing fancy. Knight A4, knight D7, B4. Okay, so white is immediately challenging the hanging pawns, and there's not much choice. I mean, like you probably, what else can you do? Like D4 doesn't work. Usually that's a good idea, like if you want active play, but E3 is not hanging, so like D4 doesn't work. So okay, C4 makes sense. Bishop C2. Actually, I think there is still nothing wrong with the black position for now. Knight E5. Bishop C3. The only thing like black is a little stuck, you know. I'm thinking like maybe, you know, in this position I'll play something like knight E4, attacking this guy and like hoping for something like this, and like with the idea of going knight to D3 at the next move if allowed, right? Like, and can white really do anything about it? I'm not sure. Like, well, you can take, but that must be really comfortable for black. Like, yeah, I can even take with the rook. Oh, sorry, I'm obviously taking. Maybe something here. Maybe even just take with the bishop. Like, I think this is fine. Okay, so Grandmaster probably went on attack, but after H3, he realized like there is not much. Maybe he was counting on something like, yeah, I think I know what happened. Like he was maybe thinking about something like that, right? That's a variation. But that doesn't work on many levels. Probably after Queen H4, just knight F5 must be winning. Yep, I guess it does win. So he went back, but then it transpired that he just lost to Tempe, right? And bishop b8, knight c5. Suddenly white is really f4. Wow, this is all going nasty for. Yeah, it's probably unpleasant, really unpleasant. The bishop on b8 doesn't do anything. Like White has all of these pieces looking at this. So yeah, it's actually pretty bad. So he wants to exchange. Okay, and then here the Japanese player found, Japanese master found queen, knight g7, which is probably just winning. Check, and knight g5. So he's attacking this thing. The knight cannot go anywhere, and let's just show why. Actually, it's, wait a second. Ah, no, it's the other way around. Sorry, my bad. So you go here, check, check, take, and if he takes, like, boom. Okay, that's bad. So knight, rook e6 is forced. F5, rook c6. Actually, it's not immediately winning. Bishop a4, so he wants to, wait a second. Is it really working? It seems like it is working. So black's problem is that he cannot just hold that fort here. And he even cannot drop the knight. Like, for example, he can't play it because the queen is not defended. Wow, this is nasty. This is just bad. I think he's just lost. I think like maybe queen c7, but white just takes and there is nothing. He won check, not more. Look at that. And he didn't even take, look at that. He could, look at that. So queen c7 is a good idea. So like you cannot take here. Now that idea that I had in my previous variation, it does work. Boom. And white is suddenly down a queen. Okay, so he's not doing that. So he played queen, rook f4. But the black's problem is that he still cannot solve the issue of this knight. Look at all of these pieces, huh? He really stuck. My goodness, this is so bad. So he plays queen, king e7, trying to hold the fort. Like the idea, like you take, and there is still some play. White, look at that. White is playing really powerful chess. You know, like I am like not sure he can play much better than that. Rook d5, take, and check. Could already probably take even on d7 here. Yeah, you could take on d7, take on f6, take on f6, like everything is falling. Okay, rook e4. Yeah, okay, it's totally. Oh, and even here, so he basically, the idea is like you take and then it's down the queen. Wow, nasty stuff. This is really. So the moment like so going back, like rewinding the back, in this position, I feel black was still doing okay if he played knight e4. But after losing to tempi, it really became like a one-way street, and after that, like one just really knight g7. I don't know. It's like I don't think it was calculated to the end, but it was really inspired choice. That was really an attack that kind of pays off in the end. Really, really nice game. I'm really glad that we looked at it. Okay, getting back to our scores. Let's see. I think by this moment, all the results must be in. Ireland completely demolished New Zealand. That's unexpected. Syria drew with Albania. Look at that. It's actually Hong Kong defeated Malaysia. Wow. Wait a second. So like all the leaders, well, except Ireland and us, lost points. So let's check at the cross table. Let's double check. Okay, again, like I'm sorry about the view on the screen, so I just fixed it a little so that you can see the full screen. But 14 points, and everybody closest is 11. So congratulations to Team Singapore. It's a best way to celebrate the National Day. I think we just won the group with a round to spare. Even if we completely lose the last round, nothing is going to change the match points. So we are 3 points away from our closest competitors, which are Ireland and Albania. And because Albania lost half a point in the previous match by drawing with Syria, so congratulations, Singapore. Really well done. Really well done. And especially, like for me as a spectator, after the first day that was going, all the different ways. There was all the matches were really close, and we had these draws with Syria and with Ireland. That was really difficult start. I mean, there is no other way to put it. It was really difficult, and so after that, really great performance in day two, like by defeating the direct competitors, and then some more damage done by our competitors to each other. So it guarantees us promotion to the next group. Congratulations! And it looks like Kevin is back on the line, huh? Kevin,
Hello, everyone.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it looks like we have secured the first position. I think
Exactly.
With some quite sensational results. I think Malaysia losing to Hong Kong.
Yeah, that was unexpected.
Completely. Yeah, because I think Malaysia were the clear favorites, but they sort of rested some of their best players, and this is what can happen because some of these teams are actually quite dangerous. Even I felt that, I mean, we did beat Hong Kong by a good score, but even during that match there were some really nervy moments. So it was not at all as smooth sailing as the score line might suggest. And I think that kind of unfortunate for our neighbors, but it looks like Ireland and Albania are now favorites to go through together with us.
Let's maybe look at that for a second at the last round. I'm not sure. Like on paper, it looks like anything can still happen. I would say like Malaysia and Monaco are still within a striking distance. And by the way, Malaysia and Monaco are playing against each other. That's probably a bummer, for them.
Yeah, Ireland and Albania, they're playing, I think, Korea and Hong Kong respectively, so they have to be favorites.
Yeah, I think they must be winning these matches. They by all means and purposes they are stronger teams.
Yeah. Okay, I mean I'm here, so it's clearly I'm not playing against Japan in the last round.
Lovely.
But I can disclose that Tin Jing Yao will be playing. Obviously, he was not pleased with the previous game, but he's a fighter. He wants to play on, and we made the collective decision that he will continue to fight. So
great, super.
Yeah. So on board 1, it will be Tin Jing Yao. Board 2, Liu Xiangyi will play. Board 3, Gong Qianyun plays because she also wants to play every round, and she's winning 5. She has won, I think, 5 in a row or 6 in a row, I think. So 5 in a row, I believe. She wants to keep going.
That's actually a good question to take a look at how our scoring looks like. Again, like sorry for like moving the tables back and forth. But
Qianyun, won 6 games in a row. So I've basically
exactly.
I think she should just keep going.
After starting with 2 draws.
Fang Kun plays.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Fang Kun plays in the last round as well. And then Advait plays, and as well as Lauren.
Okay, great.
So this is the lineup for the last round. And yeah, I think it was definitely, I mean, on the surface it looks like we have just done, we have made this look easy, but actually it's anything but easy. I could share that there were a lot of nervy moments. A lot of players felt the stress of representing Singapore, and I think one of the most important tournaments this year on the internet, at least. So there were a lot of nerves going around, and before the round, for the last round starts, I want to quickly just say a big thank you to all the players who volunteered to play training games with the team. Gratitude to a lot of players who have already retired. They just generously contributed their time. I think Andrey yourself, I mean, you also played training games with us.
Yeah, although I didn't provide enough training to the team. But Su Liang, the legend, I think that was an amazing performance. I remember that.
Yeah. Dr. Su gave everybody a hard time. Yeah.
Yes, I think there's a lot of teaching moments there.
That's right. So, yeah, big thank you to all the players. I think we are through to Division Two. I'm very happy to share this. I think that we might have been the rating favorites, but I can say every single round was a tough match. Even the matches that we drew, some matches that we even won and could have gone either way. But huge credit. I'm very proud of the team that because many of these players are playing such a major event for Singapore for the first time, and they work really hard. Uh, and I'm really pleased with everybody. So Division Two is going to be tough, and it's going to be interesting to see our opponents there. But yeah, I'm really looking forward. Looking forward to it. Division Two happens next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely something to keep a lookout for. Also, a big special mention to Junior Tay, my good friend who is the mastermind organizing all the different training matches for the players and really helping to take a lot of load off me and I could contribute I could just focus on my own preparation as well as other stuff. So big shout out to Junior. Thank you very much for your time. And yeah, I think we can watch the match against Japan in a more relaxed mode. Although we really I would like to end off Division Three with a nice result. So everybody should still we should try to win definitely.
Yeah, obviously, like you want to end it on a high note, so let's looking forward to the last match. Yeah, like I think it will be also interesting to see how everybody plays. Like it's a little bit less pressure, but it's still an opportunity, let's say, for training and for preparing. And the opponents next week are going to be just much harder.
Mm-hmm. Much harder. We have teams like Germany, Romania, Serbia, Turkey, and I think in Asia we have our familiar opponents from the Philippines and Indonesia. So they are seeded directly into Division Two.
Okay.
So it's going to be interesting. Definitely, there's many strong teams with 2600 rated GMs. I think Holland is there as well. The Netherlands. Spain,
yeah, I remember
Italy,
they were talking on the broadcast of the chess.com.
Yeah, so that's going to be Anish Giri. I think is in Division Two. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's
wow.
going to be quite. It's going to be quite funny that we see a top 10 player playing in Division Two.
Well, we'll see. How is it going to work? Is it still the same, like multiple groups, or like how does it work?
Yes,
pools. I think
it's the same.
Each, right?
It's the same format. I think we have five pools as well, and then so there are 35 teams seeded directly into Division Two. 15 teams progress from Division 3, so a total of 50 teams, and then it's 50 teams split into 5 different groups of 10, and the top 3 qualify to Division 1.
I see. Okay. All right. So do we know the time when it's going to take place? Is it already announced?
It's going to be. It depends a lot on which pool we are being placed in. So the time zone could be the same, it could be different. Let's hope that it remains the same because I think this time zone works well for us.
Yeah.
But the dates are definitely next Friday to Sunday.
I'm showing them right now on the screen.
Sure.
I found the Online Olympiad regulation, so like it's 14th to 16th August, Division 2, and everything. Yeah, like as you're saying, the 50 teams and everything. Okay, well, first of all, congratulations once again, and it's amazing achievement to score this victory on the national days. I think it's a perfect timing. It's the best present. And still in time for the fireworks and everything. I think the rounds might be already starting, right? Do you have the games, the links?
I do. Let me just send that across. The games have not started yet. So normally it takes about should be any moment, about a minute or so.
Hey, by the way, like you missed it because you were like doing your captain's duty, but in the meantime, I got really interested. There was a big upset in the previous round in the Japan versus Monaco match where
Yeah,
Japanese
Japan
FIDE
beat
master.
Monaco.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Japanese FIDE master beat Igor Yefimov, the grandmaster, and it was really a sparkling game. I was just analyzing it here live, and
yeah.
yeah, check it out.
Akira, no, I'm familiar with Akira Watanabe. Junior pointed out what a threat he could be, and I sort of went through some of his games. He's a very aggressive player, so I'm not surprised that he could pull off a performance like that. So,
It was really powerful. I
um,
mean, it was really kind of
yeah.
from a certain moment, it was like a punch after punch landing on a black position until it's like kind of fell apart.
hmm But I mean, I have a lot of faith in our boys, so I think the top two boards are going to be quite interesting. I think
Hmm?
um, Japan against Singapore, the men's section, I think is going to be quite interesting. Then anything can happen in the last for the last four boards. I think it's basically a very even match. I feel.
Okay, all right.
Okay, I think Qian is probably the favorite. Um, okay, but she obviously still have to play well. I think the opponent is by no means weak.
And actually,
So
I think like the opening team is pretty, let's say, balanced, right? Like if you're looking at, they have women candidate master, FIDE master, so like they all title players,
mhm.
all six boards. Ah, like no, no easy points to be expected really.
Yeah, definitely no easy points.
I see the pairings right now are already being announced, and so let's see. Not the uh,
The games are up.
okay. Now I need
First move
just.
93, 93 played
Oh
by Chan
wow, that's
Tantu.
that's an interesting one.
That's a nice start. Yeah, that's a nice start to the game.
Okay, wait, it's coming up. Give me a second. Uh, yeah, knight c3 e5. That's wow. Okay, knight f3. Okay. Uh,
Yeah, just I need to take a phone call,
sure.
so I'll rejoin the stream in a bit.
Okay,
See
all right.
you.
I'll be watching that for the moment. So for everyone who's still with us, thank you for staying on the line. I see that we have 7 viewers, which is yeah about as much as you can expect after 2.5 hours of talking to the camera. Wow. So like let's take a look at the first board. White is really taking an interesting approach. I mean, like I'm not sure I get what White is trying to do here. I mean, like d5, e4, d4, and yeah, okay. Okay, I'm not sure I really wanted the sounds on that thing, but okay, either way. So on the second board, Liu Shangyi, okay, he is fond of playing this line. I would say like generally these type of positions where like close setup, like White slowly builds up the pressure, like maybe d3 or maybe c3, d4, castle, and like kind of start to attack in that direction. Rook e1. As long as White is not losing that pawn on e5, they're good. Yeah, okay. He wants everything. He wants c3 and d4. Okay, well, like it's probably a bit ambitious, but I think the point is like if Black plays d4 himself, then White can even play c4, and after that play c3, and that square is not going to be available to the Black Knight, while White has these kind of a bit of a nail in the opponent's position, dividing that into two different parts. So it's anyway. So a lot of interesting chess ahead. That's the third board, and that's actually the kind of setup that if I knew that she's playing that with, we were playing a training game before this, as Kevin mentioned. I think this is actually very comfortable for White. But okay, I know she's fond of these kind of setups and kind of a slow waiting game. At least White also needs to know what they are doing. Okay, but again, like me myself, I prefer all this space given out for free essentially. right? So like there is always a risk that white can overextend and kind of yeah, I mean I did in the game against her. So but okay, I think probably white is still a little better here. But then again, the question is, okay, what's next? There's always the question, okay, like you developed all the pieces, and you might say that, okay, I'm a little better, but that's not going to win you a game. Okay, fourth board, Fankun, classical position, kind of pretty well known. So like these, what you call Boleslavsky variation of Knight Derf with the exchange. I played it a couple of times myself in correspondence games, which is completely different. Like you're no relation to, especially to rapid chess. I mean, theoretically, this is something that where black is doing okay recently. But okay, it's a practical game of chess. It's very unbalanced. White has two bishops and like a majority of on a queen side. Black is trying to build a play here, but it's not so easy. Like for example, even let's say if black pushes f5 f4 at almost this space, so it's I would probably expect queen d2 just to prevent bishop g5. Huh? On the board, look at me, I scored a point. Okay, board number 5. Another very classical position. I mean, like I'm really feeling myself on my own home turf, so to speak, in my territory, that at least I can comment with some understanding. This is like Rui Lopez Spanish opening and Chigorin variation, the probably the oldest, the most solid, classical, whatever you call it. And okay, bishop e6 is like not how I was taught to play it, but okay, that's also probably fine. The idea is like how do you evaluate this continuation where like white pushed d5. I think the argument that black wants to make here is like this is to black's advantage because you kind of locked the center, the position is defined. And by the way, I'm not super fond of white knight f1 because yeah, like it opens knight a5 was a bad piece. There is no way around it. And usually what white want to do in this position is to play b3, you know, like kind of b3 and hey, look at me, like how do I do it? Okay, let's see. Just to kind of to complete my sentence. So like b3, and the idea is like if you're doing like b4, c4, or if you're doing c4 the opposite way, like you play these, and like this guy still cannot get out of that lockdown, and on b7 it's not doing anything. So in a classical kind of plan is to take these knight and take it to d8 and then f7, and actually that usually also means knight goes from e8 to g7 and like pushing the pawns to g6 and f6 first. Very long and tedious. If black implements it, probably he's going to be all right. But okay, white is also has that like what 6-7 tempest. White has some time to do it. A knight f1 completely does away with all of that. But white is just basically they don't hide their intention. They're rushing. They're trying to put like maybe knight on f5 and g4 and like kind of basically give mate. Well, it's not going to happen probably, but okay. Again, game of chess. The interesting thing, like on c4, is also bishop. I mean, we cannot really say that knight is the knight is doing too much. But if it drops back to b6, and especially if white plays b3 first, then eventually it can land on d7, where it's already a decent piece, or maybe like we can, if white plays b3 on their own, we have something else to play against. Okay, probably a bit of a too lengthy introduction. By the way, I just realized my view on the page is not ideal, so let's see if I can fix it. Yep. Okay, well, that's probably, I'm going to keep it like that, just so that I'm not mixing it up too much. All right, Qin Yao is very equalish position, but okay, that's how he likes it. And on the last board, what's happening on the last board. I'm not quite sure. Queen a4 is a horrible move. Sorry to say that. By the way, yeah, exactly for that reason. That happened. It's so Lauren is not the first to fall into this kind of quote-unquote trap. If I remember correctly, the highest ranking player who ever ran into that was Hungarian Grandmaster Laszlo Sabo, who did it no less than in the candidates tournament. I might be mixing up the names, but I think it was him. It was like Zurich 1953. That I remember for sure. Like, and after b5, yeah, essentially he realized like you cannot play knight b5 because of okay, like maybe let's just show it on the board. So you cannot play after that knight b5 because well bishop d7 and that's it. There goes your knight. The idea was like you cannot take a b because this guy is hanging, but yeah, like after b5 queen c2 you just lost the temper. The good news, and if there is any consolation to that, is black is also did not react in the best possible way apparently. So e6 is kind of logical, but after a4, at least like you probably want to then to play b4, or better yet, like to be honest, like after this, like I just play bishop b7 and like then a4 will never win that pawn back because like everything is covered. You take, and actually you can take with this guy or with that guy. And rook on a8, this is important part, right? Rook on a8 is not hanging. I can just take back. But our opponent did not do that to our pleasure. And wow, look at that. So apparently she went into... Okay, this happens in another line, but I don't think this is the version that black wanted. A, B, and knight b5. So there is a line in Catalan with g3, I think. Is it with g3? No, I think it's actually in some version of Slavo Queen Gambit's accepted, where black is sacrificing this, but usually has more. And by the way, the correct follow-up for that would be bishop b7 anyway. So like the idea is like you go here, you like white has to go somewhere. This is not so good. So like let's say I would have to go to a1 probably, and then you can do something else. Like you can play queen, knight c6, b4, d4, knight queen, bishop to b4. Like there is something. It's not easy, right? So especially here, it actually might be more than enough compensation, at least in this chess. But bishop a6 is strange. But like if I just play, let's say, bishop f4, and by the way, that might have already happened. Maybe not. b3 I don't like that much. Why? It's not bad actually. Just like it's, I don't think I would have started with that like. And it also kind of opens the position a little bit where white is still underdeveloped, right? Like what I don't like is these guys, and I want to get my king out of the center. So let's say if I were black, I would probably play something like knight d5. I don't know if it works or not. I have no idea. But it's definitely worth a try. And by the way, that kills also my idea with bishop f4, and let's say to take. Okay, I think I need these again, like as analysis. So my point was knight d5, bc, knight b4. And again, I'm not sure that's actually anything for black. Maybe it isn't. Check and okay, well, it's actually really, really nothing. Yeah, okay. And you have to do something, otherwise I cannot just take because knight e4 is coming anyway. Yeah, well, it's not that easy. So maybe there isn't that much of a compensation here. Knight a5 is too optimistic. So maybe like bishop d6. protect this piece. You try to castle. White still needs to do well. E4 is nasty. Probably losing for black now. Okay, well, it's maybe like so far I am probably satisfied with my analysis, and looks like white is doing okay, and black is burning time actually. So far, so good. Let's check back with the all other games. So again, this one is still very equalish, so to speak. Let's look at something more exciting. Oh wow, look at that. So much has happened here since we... Okay, c4 is an interesting idea. So black really wants to prevent this d4 like from locking this. That would be an impressive pawn center white can build. So c4, like you cannot play d4 because black takes en passant, right? So then the white decided to undermine it from the other side, which is, I think, a good idea. Maybe not even, I wouldn't have even taken here, like bishop a3, d6 looks juicy. Yeah, I would probably, bishop a3, I would probably play that. I mean, forget the pawn. I think black probably will not survive. And by the way, it's not even hanging. Let's show that as an analysis. So let's say knight a5, bishop a3. My point was like black was not really threatening to win this pawn because of this thing, and it's like it's a double attack, and so I'm winning the piece, right? So like I probably was thinking bishop a3 was probably a very good move. But I would be pleased to play that. Looks like we have Kevin back on the line.
Hey, Andrey.
Hey.
Yeah, just catching up on the games. It looks like on board one, looks like a very sleepy position.
Yeah, I decided I'm going to go back and when something's happening there.
Yeah, but I mean, if anybody is trying for more, it's probably black. But okay, nothing much is going on. But Xiangyi's game looks extremely interesting, actually.
Yep, I was looking right at that, and I was suggesting something else, but I think white still has enormous initiative for a pawn.
So I mean, after bishop a3, knight f5, yeah, c4 looks really good, like a really strong pawn sacrifice, and after dc4, knight c3, yeah, this just looks excellent for white. So sacrificing a pawn for development, for the initiative, black can't castle. So you want to go look at c1, knight probably going to e4 or to b5. So I think bishop b7 was played. Rook c1, bishop f8.
Bishop b2 and b5 has been played.
Yeah, bishop b2. b5 looks
scary. I mean that probably is losing to something.
I mean, you go knight g5, I guess. Knight g5.
I would play knight e4. I really want to land on. No, like I also have this idea, knight d6, because you cannot take back. Oh, he just played knight e4. Yay! I should have put it on the board. I should have put it on the board. Like increase my guessing.
No, you know what he's you know what he's trying? He's trying after knight e4, bishop e7, knight d6 check.
Yes, that was my point. Yeah, so like you cannot take because rook on h7, h8 is.
Okay, I mean king f8 will be played, I guess, and then the game goes on. But yeah, it looks really promising for white.
Wow! Look at that long castle. Can you believe it? Now that's a move that would never really cross my mind. Knight d6 just winning there now. No, it's actually a bad idea because then he would take with a bishop. Take with the bishop and sacrifice the. I probably wouldn't even take the rook, right? I can take on d6.
No, you don't take the rook. You can go maybe knight to e5, queen goes to f3.
Let's put it on the board. So let's say knight d6. So I'm probably, I don't know what I'm taking it with. Let's say I'm taking with a knight. You take with a pawn, right?
I'll take it. Yes, bishop d6.
Bishop d6, and what do I play? Maybe you can start attacking. Well, I cannot really reach knight a5. I wanted to reach knight a5 somehow. So you're saying like knight e5?
No, I would have played knight e5 if you have gone knight d6, bishop d6.
But I think it could be still very strong actually, because you are threatening after that to take on c4, and f7 is hanging.
Yeah. I mean the position just looks
horrible for black. But okay, well, you still need to
Yeah.
win it. So, but I think it
Yeah,
could
very.
be.
This looks very promising. Definitely.
Yeah. So what's happening there? So he's thinking. Oh, he played knight fd2, completely different than what we were thinking. Okay, he just wants to crash
No,
on c5 and that's
he
it.
yeah he's crashing through on the c file. So this wins. This should win.
Can
And
I close it with black like by when you take on c4 and I play b4? Well, probably not
and
gonna
then
do past
I go
c5.
c5. I go
Yeah,
c5
96.
96
No,
and
no, it's horrible.
yeah, and life is good.
No, I
So
think black is over.
no, we expect a win from there.
Yep.
I mean, this
Okay. Let's
no
just move on.
doubt about it. I think.
On
So
board
Chen
three,
Chen Yun looks great.
looks like she's
And I
winning
was
actually.
looking, yeah, I mean the double F pawns. I think that she has this ability to just squeeze something out from very dry positions. I thought that she was actually a little bit worse.
Yep. That's what I was saying on
Um,
the broadcast as well. Yeah, like I was like, white has more space, but then you still need to do something about it.
yeah, okay. Rookie one was probably a blunder because of I think she probably like overlooked knight f3 and followed by knight e5, and the f4 is not playable. So I think that was what was missed.
Yep. I think white.
So now I think a move like queen h4,
She just did.
f4.
She played. No, she played. I think
Really?
the idea is like you can go like either knight g4
Knight g4,
check,
yeah.
and after that you can do one more check, and on d3 is falling.
You
Or you
mean
can
queen g4?
Yeah.
You
Or
mean
you
queen
can
g4,
even
yeah.
take like on d3 immediately, for that matter. Or you can play knight g4. I mean, come on, you can do everything. By the way,
Yeah,
what about
knight
knight
g4?
g4?
Knight g4 is the cleanest. Yeah, knight g4 is
Yeah.
probably the cleanest, and you can put it on the board like f4, knight g4, rook e8, queen f2.
So yeah, and knight you have to
King
go
h3,
to h3, but then you can even
queen
play.
h2, king g4, f5 is mate.
It's not. You take f3.
Ah, f3
You go
is
queen
open,
g2
yeah?
check, king
Queen
h4,
g2
and after
turn.
that bishop f6 is mate.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But okay.
Okay. Now knight e4, bishop c8, nice move. You know.
Okay, like
So
I need to close that board and get it to the.
So definitely Chen is going to, she's going to win it. This is a dream position for her.
Yeah, after bishop c8,
Yeah.
I think it's probably not gonna be holdable.
Yeah. So feels like Watanabe actually did exactly what you suggested, closing up the c file with b4, and now c5 just comes. I think.
Yeah. No, it looks really. I'd be surprised if black can survive it. And even like the knight on a5 is not doing anything.
Yeah, so I think that position, I expect Xiang Yi to clean it up.
Yeah, I think it should be.
You go c5, you put a knight on d6,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and eventually win the game. So
Yeah. Okay.
So I think that's
on these two boards, I think we're doing well, right?
Yeah.
Let me just.
And in the women's board too, Funkman's position looks very pleasant to me.
Yep, I think she does. I think black is under control. The knights are not jumping anywhere, and white.
Yeah, looks very nice actually.
It's also a pawn, right? I think she just snatched a pawn somewhere.
Some kind of knight off.
It was neither. Yeah, it was neither. Boleslavsky with e7, e5. Where did white win the pawn? I missed it. Oh, okay. She did win the pawn. Black was pushing like.
Oh, white's a pawn up.
Yeah.
Because of e4, queen f4. So that was.
And.
Just a pawn up. Okay.
Yeah, but okay, that's not even the end of the story because white is just better as well.
Now we go c5, yeah? It has always c5, yeah?
Yeah, I think c4, c5 is always the plan. Unless I'm blundering something, I would play c5, yeah. Yeah, I think c5 is good. After, if your black takes, what do you take? With the pawn? You can even take
Of course with pawn.
Oh yeah, because otherwise there is also queen, bishop b6. No, forget it. Yeah, okay, pawn.
No, I mean, you want to have that connected pass pawn.
Of course I do. Yeah, I was just hoping like maybe I can do more, but yeah, I'm getting greedy.
Greedy guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking
so this board looks
also nice.
promising as well. Yeah.
What about
Let's
this
take
one?
a look at it. advantage, yeah?
Yep. It used to be Rui Lopez, even though it's hard to believe it. Spanish, completely looking more like.
Yeah, I mean, if I have two moves, I get knight b6 to c8 to d6, and then I suppose black is doing quite well.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I mean, well, in the sense that you're not worse, I think. But
Yeah, I mean,
we are
to
also
be honest, like
yeah.
white pieces are completely stupid. Like knight on g3 and bishop on c2 are not doing anything. So unless you can do something really quickly, white is probably going to be worse statically. So yeah, I think black is doing okay.
Yeah, because I think normally in these positions when I'm taking white, I don't allow the knight to come to d6. So I will go like I'll try to play d6 myself to open up the file, but
The only thing why black needs to think of is like you don't play knight c8 immediately because it will be probably falling to g5, g4, g5. So you probably play rook a d8 first, and then you play
yeah.
knight c8.
Well, I mean then there's a4 stuff, and then rook to a6, rook to c6.
No, I will not exchange
Right?
there. I will well, yeah, okay, maybe it's not that simple. By the
It's
way, white,
not so straightforward. Yeah,
yeah.
not trivial. I mean in some circumstances, sometimes even the black queen lands on d6,
Yeah, I was thinking
and
like not
then
opening the A file at all by playing something like before, but that's actually a bad idea because then you just occupy C1, C6 is
yeah.
a weakness. No, it's not a bad idea. It's not a good idea. So,
Well, I will actually play an ugly move
ooh, look at that,
like
King
queen.
F2. That's what white played. White,
Yeah,
I think, wants to
but
mate on H file. That's the plan. That's not going to happen.
but it's never going to happen. Yeah. Now is the time you put a knight on d6 somehow.
And right
Whether
now,
you
you can actually, we can do it. You can
no
play knight C8 immediately because G5 is no longer a
no
threat.
no. But if you do that, no, actually what I would do, I would go knight e8 with the other knight. I'll go knight e8 to
That's
d6.
also an interesting idea. He played C4, which I don't like that much, actually. Okay, he wants to
No, he's
create.
going on he's
Yeah,
going on the offensive.
yeah,
Um,
he's.
it's not bad because I think that firstly white has spent a critical tempo on king f2, and we know that there's no attack on the king side because there's always knight to e8 and then rook to f7 and everything
Yeah,
goes.
the good
So
thing about is that white like have to play A3 probably, but after that black can always wait, right? You can do everything else and like keep that exchange on before in your pocket.
no, no, what? Yeah, I mean after a3, I go knight e8, knight d6, queen d8, rook f7, and then rook f a7. So this is what I would do.
So
A3
A3
play.
on the board, so, and you're saying knight E8, knight D6, like maybe like a rook F7 if I'm getting attacked on that line, right?
Yeah, rook f7, queen to d8, maybe the other rook f7 to a7, and then it's getting it's looking like black is taking over the position.
And then
So
you.
Xiang Yi has won his game. Yeah,
Oh, that
great
was
news.
fast.
Xiang Yi has won his game. So
Let's just rewind a little bit there. So what happened? What happened? What happened? He actually didn't play C5. He played knight D6 straight away.
should be fine.
Yeah, but okay. Like I'm surprised at why black didn't take. I would totally sacrifice whatever I could to get out of it. I mean, probably not saving you, but okay. So there was. By the way, we also won on third board, so we already 2-0.
Yeah, Qianjun has won as well. So
yeah.
we are 2-0 up. And I mean also Xiang Yi has got 5 out of 5. Qianjun has got 8 out of 9. So they are the best performing players of the
score.
team.
Yeah, like that's
fantastic performance. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like they are our biggest
The
scorers.
MVPs. Yeah.
Yes, they are. On the first board, it's getting more unbalanced. So Qingyao is really kind of. I think he's slowly outplaying. And I'm looking at the position right now, like probably something like 96.
Yeah, 96 is strong. I think.
Like how do you defend it? I'm not even sure. Like E5, knight F5. No, I think he's taking over. Maybe
rook
knight
d4, I guess.
No, maybe knight D4.
The knight d4 bishop f7.
And then you like defend it with the queen. Sorry, with the king. Stupid, I know.
King
but
f3?
yeah. I mean, I don't see
any.
Or maybe like knight. Yeah, I mean, okay. I don't like it, but.
I mean, no. that's probably false. I think knight d4 and king f3 could be false.
And then like g5, by the way, creates a threat with knight bishop h5 check on a. So there is still more. I'm not sure g5 is such a great move, but you might want to play it. Or you might want to play f5 instead.
I think we should. Okay, I think quickly let's take a look at the last board. Because it looks like Lawrence is in some trouble.
Oh yes, she is. I'm not sure
looks
that
like
actually is savable.
Looks like she's going to lose this round. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened in this one. I think she blundered. She blundered in the opening with queen a4 check.
Yeah, I even like she's not the first I was talking about, like historical grandmaster precedent, like in 1953. But after that she recovered.
Really?
Sabor in Zurich 53, blundered to Keres, I think. But after that, that was okay. She actually won it back because her opponent kind of misplayed it. Mm-hmm. And for a while I thought it was totally fine, but she got. I see. If you scroll back all the way to move 16, she saw a tactical trick that wins her the 2 pieces for a rook, but loses the game, unfortunately. So, like if she would on 19 move, she just takes on b3, she's still winning.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, black can probably win back the exchange, but so what? I mean, okay, maybe not winning, maybe that's too much, but she's not losing either. But after she exchanged and black has this pawn on b3 and like there is nothing you can do to stop it.
Yeah, the issue was development. So definitely
from the very beginning.
Queen b6, for example, you should try to develop somehow, or
totally
maybe even
e3
on move
e4.
14.
Yeah.
Move 14. You just play bc4. I think just give the exchange back. You go bc4, queen b7, and then you take one of the pieces.
Right.
And you are healthy extra pawn up. So this is what you should have done. Take the pawn,
Yep. Take the pawn. And black. What if I take the pawn?
BC?
Yeah. E4. E4. You can play E4. Or E3.
I don't know.
E4 or either way. I mean, like probably doesn't really matter. Let's say I take E3, queen B7.
Okay, let's go E3, queen B7.
Oh, by the way, yeah, I can take
queen A4. There's queen A4 check.
Queen A4 check. Bishop B5.
Okay. Let's not complicate things. After queen B7, I go rook takes A6.
Okay. And take on C4.
And then bishop.
Yeah.
And take on C4. Yeah. Queen A6, bishop C4. Just extra pawn. And, probably technically winning as well. So.
Yep. That probably would be a practical thing to do, but that's okay. That happens. I mean, like you calculate bound variation, and then like there is something at the end of it. That happens.
So I mean, even after G takes F6, I suppose.
I was saying like take on B3.
Yeah, probably queen takes B3.
I think she was kind of seduced by the idea of like winning these.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it looks very attractive, but.
Yeah.
If you just calculate a couple of moves more, I think you understand that it doesn't work. So
that's all right. So Feng Kun is still a pawn up, although actually no, she's no longer. I cannot count the pawns. 4 versus 4. She lost the pawn somewhere along the way. She's still better, a little, but I think she's. Yeah, okay, she blundered the pawn somewhere along the way.
No, but now it's looking very dicey because knight g4 is coming.
Yeah, I don't like it actually. And c4 is hanging. Ooh, no, damn, that's bad. What do you do? Actually, I think it might be just.
No, you have to go bishop e2.
No, you cannot. Ivan.
No. Yeah.
You lose everything. You know what no, that doesn't work either. Damn, this is.
Yeah, it looks lost. Yeah.
This is serious. No, I don't see so far anything. That's an interesting move. She played queen e7. It was like that's actually a good move. I think she sees better move than we do, you know? Black can probably try to check on
Some,
d4.
yeah, queen d4,
No,
king
but it's actually,
h1, I guess.
yeah, it's actually, well, the black at least has a draw, but
The
do they
draw
have much
is a
more?
great result, I think. Draw would have been a great result here.
But does black have any better? Like if you move away the rook from,
Queen d4 plate.
oh, I think there is only one move here, really. What do you think? I only see like knight king h1. I don't think anything else can be.
No, I think she's trying to figure out whether rook e3 is playable, and she
But
should
why?
realize by now that it's not.
Yeah,
So I'm trying to think what she's calculating.
I think that's going to be a draw. Yep.
That would be fantastic, I think.
I would take it.
I'll take it. That's for sure. I'll take it.
She's thinking. I mean, come on, 25
Yeah.
seconds. Take the
No
draw.
draw. You have to admire the fighting spirit. Rook
Oh, look
G8.
at that. Rook g8. Wow, now the opponent is actually changing her mind. And she's probably right about that.
Okay, now knight g4, I think it should
Yeah, unpleasant. Yeah, that's.
be somehow. Looks pretty hopeless now.
Maybe something like d6 after that. Is there immediately mate?
What? Knight takes d5 and
No. Oh, knight. You want knight d5?
Yeah.
Knight d5. I can play queen e6 and like there is like a discovered attack. No.
Yeah, probably you're right.
No, I was thinking like knight g4 and but like then I go d6 and again like I couldn't calculate if
No, you know what? Okay, I go h6. I think h6 would have been good. Queen d4, king h1, h6.
d6.
Oh, but queen e3 played.
Yeah, that's by the way.
Yeah, this is
that's
good.
A good move.
This is good. Yeah.
She now covers everything.
Wow, and then now I have d6 coming. Yeah.
Maybe.
So what I wanted to do was no, I think just now black could have gone h6. I think. So.
But what if I play d6?
And then rook e8.
Ah, I forgot about that. By the way, yes, you're right. But wait a second. Can I take and like I still have a pawn on d6? Maybe I have something there.
Yeah, it's not
Bishop
clear.
d1, rook e7, d7, and who's winning? Well, I mean, okay,
no, but now it's very unclear really because. Okay, she wants knight.
Okay, I think she's she insists on a draw, but I'm not sure. Now you can actually implement your idea.
No, but I still go d6, like you said. Okay, I think queen e3. I think it's time for a draw. Because I think the opponent is also really look at one. Whoa!
Oh
fantastic.
My goodness!
I love
fighting
it.
Chess, like chess. No. It's too early. Too early for a draw. You see, like there's a difference between you and me, and fighting spirit.
Because rook e8 loses, and
that's a nice trick. Knight g4. You got to play knight g4.
No, knight g4, queen f4. There's nothing here.
h6.
D6, so d6, okay. rook e8, queen f4.
No. I want to take and d7. Yeah! Damn, it's not working. Yes, it's like.
But you're not queening, yeah.
Yeah, and bishop d4 is losing. Yeah. Damn.
Queen d4, you mean? Yeah. Knight g4.
So knight queen f4 probably, or h3.
Queen h3. Okay. No, queen h3 is strong because now the rook is hanging.
Double attack actually. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it's winning. Yeah.
Take.
Take.
Oh, wait a second.
Queen c5. No, it's fine. You are piece up.
Yeah, you are more than a piece up.
Knight f2 and I take it and then I'm piece up. So it looks like Fang Kun has turned this around. King h1, only move.
Yeah, and what do black do?
Knight f2, you have to do. No other move.
No, but okay, then I just take.
You take, and then you move the bishop back.
Isn't there any chances of perpetual?
I doubt so.
By the way, I'm thinking like I would probably have. Oh, like there is Queen G3 now. Of course, no, there is not.
Yeah, now there's
Queen
but
G3 and boom, that's it. I think that's it. That's gone.
yeah, bishop H3 next. I mean, there's no
There is no
check.
check. So
Yeah,
you just go D7 next, and like yeah, you accept resignation.
but no, I will go bishop H3 just to
Yeah, you
cover
can. You
myself,
want if
and
you
then
want to. Yeah.
and yeah, the game is
I would
just
just play D7 now, probably. Yeah.
yeah D7 and Queen B8 and
Wow.
wow. Um,
What a turnaround, huh?
so Jingyao has drawn the game on board one. So
I think
Fang Kun
Black
has
just
won.
lost some time.
So we have won the match. So that's great.
Congratulations.
We have,
So
we
there is
have
only
got three and
one.
a half.
There is one game that's still being played, right? Oh, look
Yeah,
at that.
and
That
that's
by
the
the way,
one. Yeah, that's very complicated. But I'll take black here.
I don't know, like why I would
It's
think.
just with 10 seconds, I will take black. There's no
Why didn't
question.
he play C3 in a previous move?
No, you want to take all the pawns. That's just he's just being practical.
No, but can
And
you
now
play
maybe
C3 now?
C3.
Yeah, like do
Yeah,
C3.
C3.
Oh, come on. Why?
No, this still okay. I mean, it's still very
No,
difficult
but
for.
I think C3 was just stronger.
Yeah, okay. I mean, come on. They have 30 seconds, and it's been a long day, so you don't have to be. We don't want to be so harsh on them.
Yeah. What do you play now? E4,
I
C3?
still you go E4.
Oh,
Now
okay.
E4, whatever. Or F5, just keep pushing the pawns and see what happens. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's just pushing, yeah.
What I don't like is the king is now in the game. White king.
King D4. No, King D4, I go H5.
No, I would probably, if I were him, I would take on C3 already.
No, but you're not trying to win here. This position is obviously black is trying. For sure, yeah. I mean, of course, black is trying to win this.
Now, totally, because like white is also losing tempo.
No, because I think he couldn't make progress. I think so. Now it's about finding the right pawn push. I think, for example, E3 now. Yeah, E3 plays, and then the next move you go F4. No, black wins this like 95% of the time. But I agree that just now I think C3 would have been better. But here, like I go F4, G5,
No,
G4, and
as long as yeah, he brings it home. It's all good.
With a few. Now King F2. Now
You're saying F4 in the
King
first
F2
move.
and
Why not F4?
no, now King. What do you mean?
King G2 he plays.
Now this is what happens here.
I have no idea.
Is this still winning?
After Rook E2, I think it was, but I'm not sure. Like if White played King F4 in the previous move, I'm not
sure what's happening.
Actually, I'm not sure at all what's happening.
It feels. I mean, I still think black's going to win this, but we'll see what happens.
But how do you do it? You cannot play G5. You can't play.
I
D4.
go King G3. Okay, F4 is a good way to start as well.
No, Rook A3.
Rook A3, King G4.
Oh, G4. Oh, that's unfortunate.
And now F3.
F3.
Now you.
Oh, even G5. Okay. No, I think F3 was probably still a good idea to play that.
F3, Rook F2.
That's unfortunate.
Found.
Right. How about H2 now?
Yeah, but
no, it
feels like
no,
black
I think it's already
is,
not winning.
Yeah, King G2.
And you can just play.
Yeah, now it's drawn. Yeah, now it's drawn. I'll sack the rook, and my king goes to F5 and takes the pawn, so it's no longer winning.
It's actually black needs to be careful now.
No, come on, easy draw.
G4, you can still try.
Yeah, King F4.
How do you defend it actually?
You do King F4.
G3. Go from the back, right?
Yeah, that's how you.
Rook A8. So if white has to find after G3, they have to find Rook A8.
And then G1.
I think no.
G1 knight.
No. G3, right? G3, Rook A8 immediate. There is no. I just
Rook A8.
check on
No,
h8,
but
take on h1,
I
take on
wanted
g3.
I wanted to go king f3 here. King
Mm,
f3, g2, and then rook rook a rook
no,
a8.
okay.
Okay, you found your move.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay, so
time to do that.
now's the time to play king. Okay, he's still trying. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a draw now.
So we've won the match 4-2. I think very good result. I think.
Yeah, just not lose on time. If you know, okay, that's a
Right, it's done.
Yay!
It's done.
All right, so I think that's everything, and let's see what happened in other matches. Like maybe we already know the results in other matches.
Malaysia crushed Monaco 5-1.
Whoa, that's unexpected. Albania
But,
also won 5-0.
But
So I think that's your outcomes, right?
Yeah, it doesn't help. So I think the loss against Hong Kong has been really costly for them.
So Ireland and Albania come going through, and Malaysia is not.
Malaysia is not. They finished fourth, if I'm not wrong. So
16 for Singapore, 13 for Ireland and Albania apiece. So I think Singapore, Ireland, and Albania going forward, and Malaysia and Monaco are not. They're just outside the prize. Actually, it's especially bitter for Malaysia because they're literally 1 match point away, and they lost to Albania.
They basically did the hard work. They beat Ireland. They beat Monaco. They beat Syria by big scores.
And then they lost to Hong Kong.
Losing to Hong Kong was very costly for them.
Hong Kong they won 2 matches, and
really anything can happen. So
that's all right. That's chess, and I think there was a lot of interesting chess over these 3 days. And so the best news is that we are having more interesting chess in a week's time, right? So, any thoughts on how you're going to go forward from here? Any tips and tricks, preparation? What's your plan?
Well, I think that later on we are going to have another team meeting, just to decide what to do next, and then we'll enjoy today, and then tomorrow we need to start thinking about next Friday, because obviously we are going to be heavy underdogs in virtually every situation, but we want to show that we are not there just to make up the numbers, and that I don't want to make overbearing claims like we're going to qualify our division 2, but I think we definitely want to do our best and have a good showing of ourselves. And I think ultimately everybody wants to have a good and
fantastic.
We definitely want to do our best. So
I'm definitely looking forward to next week.
The work starts tomorrow.
Super. Okay, so congratulations, and I think this is about it. So for everyone who is still online, I actually see some people are online, which is quite amazing, given like you're with us already for more than 3 hours. Thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed the show, and you definitely enjoyed the results. So congratulations, everyone here in Singapore. Best, as I was saying, like the best present for the National Day. Thank you, Kevin. I really appreciate you coming over. And
thanks, Andrey.
Everyone having fun, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, thank you to everyone. Have a great dinner. Enjoy National Day. Cheers, bye.
Bye-bye.